Okay, what is up, ladies and gentlemen of TikTok and of YouTube? Back at it again, looking for debates. As we seen from the last time, it took about, like, it did take a little while. Oh, fuck off already. Yeah, as we saw the last time, it took a little while for people to kind of join in and for people to kind of, you know, start debating and stuff like that. But you know, we're here. We're here for it. We're here for the grind. If there is anybody, because I know there's a few people watching on TikTok, if there's anybody watching who wants to debate, if you disagree with any of the prompts, pop up. Because we are here for debates. That's what we're here for. We had a couple of people on from last time. They do get first priority if they do choose to join and if they do choose to request. Just because I couldn't get to them the last time that they were there because there was I was just running out of time and I had work in the morning, so I had to go. But anyway, yeah, if they do choose to pop back in, then they absolutely can. They'll get first priority, blah 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 blah. There's a good few people here at the moment. Okay, and we already have one person looking to join, so we'll burst right in. How you doing, man? What's your name, age, and pronouns? Okay. Okay, what did you want to debate about? Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, like, what I mean by that is, I mean, like, gender, like, it like kind of coincides with the fourth premise as well, is that gender is a social construct, and it is an entirely kind of man-made thing, and what you choose to call yourself is like that, like that's just what you choose to like. So I am not a man by virtue of the fact that I have XX chromosomes, or that, you know, I was born with like a certain set of genitalia or anything else. I am a man because I call myself one. Pronouns and your gender identity is entirely self-determinate. So if a trans man calls himself a man, they are a man. A woman would be an adult member of the human race who's who aligns with a certain set of social criteria. It's not a yes, it's not a no. It's genuinely a tricky one. Because I mean, like, until you're kind of getting into the kind of realms of like a specific kind of trans division of sports and stuff like that, like there, like I mean, like there's just simply just not enough of like of them who want to go into sports for it to be kind of like meaningful in that way, right? So I mean, like, you're like going to have like some, like, we'll say like one kind of trans person who wants to go into the Olympics, just for example, in one particular set of sport, or like one sport. But at the moment, you like could be faced with a situation if you were to set up a trans division now where they are the only ones competing. So like it's kind of, I don't know. It's just like, so at the moment, like, you know, we can still kind of do what we already are doing, which is we're kind of like, we're measuring their hormone levels, their you know, their experience, like all of these different sorts of things, and we're basically making the making a determination that like it's going to be like as fair as it possibly can be. I mean, if you were to ask me my ideal, it would be that we kind of not only encourage, but you know, like that it should be the norm that this is that like if somebody is trans, that it's kind of identified early enough that they can take puberty blockers and then go through their preferred version of puberty. Therefore, there would be no kind of unfairness when it comes to like muscle density or to bone density or to, you know, muscle growth or any of these sorts of things that would be deemed as being unfair towards a cis woman. Now that would be. Yeah, no, look, I mean, like, it's definitely tricky. Do you know what I mean? Like, there is no kind of like one right or wrong answer to it. So yeah, like, yeah, it's just kind of tricky. Getting people onto kind of onto puberty blockers, are, you know, kind of like, yeah, just getting them onto blockers and then going through kind of like their preferred set of puberty. I mean, like, that would literally be like the fairest way of doing it, because we know that if somebody goes onto puberty blockers before they start puberty and then like take say estrogen and go through kind of the like typical female puberty, I mean, like, when you then test for bone density and like muscle strength and all of these sorts of things, not even to mention kind of chromosome levels or like hormone levels or anything. Fucking chromosome levels, Jesus Christ, I had a brain fart there. Hormone levels, I mean, they are basically identical. It's within the margin of error as well. I mean, like, you're like going to have those sorts of differences when it comes to like two different cis women as well. So yeah, it's yeah, that's basically just what I would do. Yes, I do. Yes. Oh God. Okay. So the Israel-Palestine war did not start on October 7th. It started about 75 years ago. And it has been a back and forth retaliatory war for those 75 years. It has been, I mean, like, look, even if you were to argue, right, and even if I was to kind of agree with you that everything up to October 7th was like completely kind of like justified, and or we could just kind of brush that aside, what has happened since by Israelis, I mean, is nothing short of side of Geno. Do you understand what I mean by that? Yeah. Not to the kind of degree that I've kind of seen that like you could kind of justify that, like, saying that it's like a position, will say, that they kind of hold, you know, like, so not in the sense that like it's kind of, if they see Israelis kind of coming towards them or whatever else, it's like, you know, quick grab the, you know, like that doesn't seem to kind of be like the norm. But yeah, no, yeah. No, no, I'm not. I'm an atheist. No, I'm Irish. Born and raised. I'm j- well, yes, I would be just kind of pro Palestine, but given Ireland's very kind of unique history, we have like a, I would also say, unique understanding of what the people of Palestine are kind of going through right now. It is in Irish history that people were forced out of their homes, were starved, were, you know, unalived in the streets. All of these sorts of things, and we just see far too many kind of parallels that are happening now with Palestine. So that is why there is, like, I mean, the like Irish flag has been flown extremely proudly in Palestine, which like is like something that I am genuinely very very proud to say. Southern. At this point, man, no, I'm sorry, basically nothing. Basically nothing. Yeah, no, like it is absolutely a hill that I am willing to die on. 100%. The treatment of Palestinians by Israelis, I mean, like, has it's just been nothing short of inhumane. The yeah, literally just that, you know. I mean, like, there are like people who have been, yeah, yeah, you know, just unalived in the streets. I mean, like, and we're like talking about kind of like very very young children, you know. And I mean, like if you are not above unaliving children in the streets, you're you're done, man. You're done. You're just done. Hmm. Um, I don't necessarily think that. Yeah, no, I do. Whether it's so specifically like something that, say, Benjamin Netanyahu has like directed the Israeli soldiers to kind of do, as in like literally go into the streets and unalive children. I don't specifically think that that's been like a direct order that he has given. However, it is unequivocally happening, and that order absolutely has to be coming from kind of somewhere. I don't think that the soldiers are just doing it just because they just want to. You know, I mean, like, literally nobody is that
Yeah.
immoral. It's been, I mean, it's been Israel's position for a very very long time that they just want to see Palestine just wiped off the face of the map. So
Well, Palestinians too, no? Actually, everyone hates Israel in the Middle East, so kind of.
okay, sure.
So doesn't it go both sides that like both sides want to like clear the other side? It's just that one like has more power.
Well, I mean, would you have said the same about Ireland when we were occupied?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know much about your conflict. Do you wanna elaborate on that?
So yeah, so basically Ireland was ruled over by the English. We didn't have any sort of rights to property. There was nobody who there was no Irish citizen who was able to own property in Ireland. All of the rented properties were all owned by English landlords, who at the drop of a hat could just come in and say, right, no, get out, you're gone. And there was literally nothing that you could do about it. Again, we were obviously kind of also unalived in the streets. There was, so I mean, like, yeah, but so us kind of fighting back against an oppressor, you can't necessarily say that, like, maybe some of them do want to wipe Israel off the face of the map. I mean, like, that's obviously not what we did when it came to England. We just wanted our own freedom and our own sovereignty over our own country. And I believe that the vast majority of Palestinians just want the same thing. There's probably always going to be bad blood there, at least for the next couple generations. 100%.
Yeah, sure.
You know, I mean, like, that sort of like anger and angst just doesn't just go away. I mean, like, for fuck's sake, there are still Irish people who hate the English, and I mean, like, we won our independence 100 years ago. So, like, yeah, like, this stuff doesn't just kind of vanish, right? So, yeah.
Okay, fair. Fuck.
Is there anything else that you wanted to debate about?
Oof. Yeah, probably. But it's just that I think we, like, again, I'm not pro-Israel. I'm just like, questioning, asking when when
Yeah,
I
that's fine.
meet Israelis, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. What do you think of Trump?
I mean,
I think I can guess about what you're gonna say. But
well, yeah, I mean, like, based off the first prompt, like, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he did an abysmal job the last time. I think that now that he has, like, basically unfettered power, and that, like, the Supreme Court has basically, like, deemed that anything that he does as president, any presidential action, is now just immune from legal penalty. Yeah, I mean, like, he was already kind of bad the first time, but now that he has no guardrails, I mean, like, it's kind of almost depressing to say, but, like, there is almost, like, no limit now as to how bad things can actually get.
Yeah. I'm just surprised he won the elections. Like, before the elections, we got the results. I was thinking to myself, like, how can he win so many votes? But then he actually went on to win the election. I just lost faith in Americans, to be honest.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, I have some kind of family over there. I have like a bunch of kind of friends that I like met, like, during lockdown and stuff like that, I do still kind of talk to. And yeah, no, I mean, like, I genuinely do kind of feel for them.
Oh.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's upsetting. It's upsetting because, I mean, the US was always kind of looked at as, like, maybe even, like, ideally, like, a beacon of kind of freedom and stuff like that, like, but yeah, I mean, like, it was, they were the absolute laughing stock of the world during Trump's first term, and they absolutely are now.
Yeah, absolutely. Is your family pro-Trump or?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, nice. Well, wait, again, when did sorry, I'm just jumping out in topics. When did Ireland join the UN?
Join
Do
the
you remember?
UN, I'm not actually 100% sure on. We joined the EU around kind of 2003 or 4, I think. I do remember that I was very, very, very young when we joined the EU. So I mean, like, I don't know, maybe like around the same sort of time. It could have been an awful lot before that. I'm genuinely unsure.
Okay, because like in my country, Switzerland, we are not part of the European Union, and that's probably gonna have a votation to join them, and I don't know what to choose, honestly. I'm thinking I'm gonna vote to join them. Yeah, I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, no, I mean, like, that's your own kind of personal prerogative. I would just kind of encourage you to look into the kind of pros and cons of joining the EU, and like the benefits that can go with it, and then obviously the kind of drawbacks that can come from it as well. I don't
Yeah.
want to necessarily kind of sit here like and encourage you to like kind of vote like one way or the other on that specific issue.
Yeah, no, sure. I just like to be challenged.
Yeah. No, look, I mean, like that's obviously kind of that's like totally fine, and if anything, I mean, it's very respectable. But yeah, no, like just on that, I mean, because like it's not as if it's like just the kind of leader of your country, right? Like it's not like the like kind of president equivalent of Switzerland that I would be kind of encouraging you to vote. Like there are
We
a
don't have a president.
lot of potential changes that can happen if you join the EU. So yeah, no, I
Yeah,
would
sure.
I would just kind of read up on it,
I
investigate
mean,
into it.
we'll lose. Yeah, the main thing people talk about is we'll lose our direct democracy because like we vote for everything here.
Hmm.
We don't have a president or anything. Honestly, I don't think direct democracy is always a good thing, in my opinion. Some people are very stupid. The party that wins the elections every year is a far right party that like hates immigrants and stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah,
Yeah, no, look, I mean, like, we definitely have kind of like aspects of direct democracy. So like, if there's like a proposed change of the constitution, it's not just like that. It's like voted in like our, kind of like parliament, per se. It's put to a public vote. So, like, we legalized abortion by public vote. We were the first country in history to legalize same-sex marriage by way of public vote. So
first, okay.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, like, there are definitely kind of aspects to direct democracy. I would kind of personally prefer that we kind of vote on an awful lot more stuff, but that's
Ireland has a direct democracy.
it has aspects of it. So if there's like
Okay.
a proposed change to our constitution, that has to be kind of voted on by the public. It's not just that it's like argued out in our kind of parliament, or our kind of version of it. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, also think about it. We were the last country to ever give voting rights to women in Europe. So
Wow.
I think it was in 1977. And because like it was men who had to vote for women to be able to vote, you know. So like I don't know, just these things make yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, no, no, I mean, like, Ireland has definitely come like a massively long way. I mean, like, even literally just in my lifetime, I am older than Ireland's right to divorce.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it was signed in late 95, but it was actually only enacted in 96. I was born in 95. So yeah, no, I mean, like, it's wild, I mean, like, look, Jesus, like, even though I don't fucking remember it, obviously I was one, but I mean, like literally, even just to kind of look at what's happened in my lifetime, I mean, like, we have definitely swung left in like terms of kind of like social opinion and of the like rights that we have kind of granted to people and stuff like that. So yeah, no, I mean, it's like, it's definitely interesting.
Yes. When do you think Northern Ireland will separate from the UK?
Oh man, I don't know. I mean, like, I genuinely do think that we're a bit maybe kind of closer to it than we ever kind of have been.
Yes.
I don't know. Honestly. I would kind of prefer that they voted on it. To
They'll have to.
yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I genuinely do not know.
Doesn't Catholics make more babies than Protestants in general?
I haven't seen any sort of data on that, so like I can't like.
I think in general, yes. You look at like the number of people from each religion, you can see that the number of Catholics like I forgot the word in English. Fuck. increments. There you go.
That it's switched. Sorry.
Sorry.
What did you say? What did you say in your last statement there? Sorry.
In general, the compared to Protestants, the number of Catholics like increase every year.
Oh yeah. I mean, look, I mean, like that's like definitely possible, but I mean, like I just know that like based on like how the kind of Catholic Church like still kind of counts its members and stuff like that, like you literally have to like apply to be like discounted as a Catholic. So the Catholic Church would still count me as a member because I just haven't been fucking bothered to go through the whole kind of process of it. But I mean, I've
You're atheist.
yeah. I mean, I've been very openly atheist since I was about 16 years old. So almost the last 14 years, and they still count me as a member.
Okay. What made you become an atheist?
I read the Bible.
Oh, okay. Really?
Yeah, I mean, like that was kind of like that was definitely a start, and then I started kind of like looking into it and kind of like watching, not necessarily even just debates, but just kind of generalized arguments against it, and I started kind of reading other authors who had kind of published and who had talked about the topic and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay. Do you get like social issues because you're an atheist and people in general are very religious in your country?
How do you mean, do I get social issues? Like if I say that I'm an atheist in like a social setting?
Yes.
No. Nobody
people
really
don't care.
No. Generally speaking, no. Nobody really kind of cares. Not that I've ever kind of like I've never kind of had any sort of like a, you know, you godless heathen type of reaction when I say that I am like in any sort. Yeah, so yeah, I mean like it's not
But
it's
like
not like
not even
really,
because you like left the religion.
no. Not really.
Oh, fair.
Generally speaking, I mean, like even kind of people like my age, but definitely younger. I mean, like nobody goes to fucking church anymore. Do you know what I mean? Like literally nobody goes.
Yeah.
Like,
But then what's the point of being religious if you don't go to church? I mean,
well, it's a decent argument, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure. You know.
yeah. Okay. It's 10 over here. I think I'm gonna go. Have a good night, bro.
Yeah, you too, man. You too. Take care. Thanks for coming up.
See ya.
That was genuinely lovely. Like that was a really good conversation. But yeah, Jesus Christ, we are at 1,200 likes. Jesus Christ, let's get some more likes in here, guys, and let's share it out and stuff like that, and let's get some people in here for some debates, because after all, that is what we are here for. Thank you for the follows, everybody who has, because I have gotten some notifications there, and people who have followed. Or yeah, I think that this guy was here the last time, so we're going to go straight to this next guest.
Hello.
How you doing? What's your name, age, and pronouns?
How's it going, lad? My name, age, and pronouns. Right, my name's Eugene. Right, I'm about I'm about 21, right, and just want to say, right, you're fucking bald as fuck. I don't know what the fuck is up with you, but you're fucking bald as fuck, lad. I can see the sun glaring off your fucking head. Don't even try not to crack a smile. Look at you, lad. You want to crack a little smile there now? Yeah, go on, keep nodding, lad. You want to crack a little smile, lad. Bald as fuck, lad. I could see the fucking sun on your head, like.
You done? You're just acting like a child in front of my entire fucking audience. Keep going, man. Keep going.
Gender's not a social construct.
Yes, it absolutely is.
Right, so, alright, what do you mean by that? Are you saying that gender is not an actual thing? Like, that, like, it's genuinely just something like humanity just made up in their heads? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, 100%.
So that basically, like, there's no such thing as a man or a woman.
Yeah,
So like, why the fuck do I have a dick then?
because you're male.
So there you fucking go.
Sex and
There
gender,
is such a thing.
sex and gender are two totally different things.
So then, like, gender shouldn't be a thing then, is what you're saying.
Yeah, yes, I'm a gender abolitionist.
Lad. Good lad, like, honestly. Good lad. So you're saying that there should only be a man and a woman?
No, that's not at all what I'm saying. You missed the point entirely.
Lad, like. What are you saying then?
You finished doing your pirate impression, and do you want to actually have a conversation, or?
I'm not doing me pirate impression, lad. This is my actual fucking voice. You're making me insecure. You're making me insecure, man. I'm gonna cry, lad.
You're having fun acting like a child in front of my entire fucking
Oh yeah,
audience.
I'm having loads of fucking fun. What about you, lad? You
You're
get
acting
about
like a
fucking
child,
two
my
viewers.
dude. You're acting
Two
like a
fucking
child.
viewers, lad. I'm the only fucking person in this stream, lad. Don't be fucking mad now.
No.
It's not like you've got much of a fucking following now to be embarrassed by. Come on now.
Yeah,
not
so
much
I
people
have. So okay, so it's not just TikTok. This is also going out onto my YouTube. But there's.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, believe me, there's more than 2 or 3 people in here.
Wait, right. Explain to me then. What do you mean by gender is a social construct?
Did we not just have this conversation?
Just properly explain to me then, right? What is it that you want? If you don't want only men and women, you just want there to be no fucking gender.
Yes, I just want.
So
there
you
to
say
be
that
no
they shouldn't
gender.
fucking segregate them. Tell me this, right? I'm a man right now, right? If I became a woman through like transgender shit, right? Should I be allowed into a women's bathroom?
Yeah, where else would you pee?
They should just make their own fucking trans bathrooms. Like, see, this is the fucking thing, right? I get, right? They have all the female genitalia, this, that, and the other, right? But they were once a fucking man. They were once, like every other man, not allowed into fucking women's toilets and shit like that. It's just, lad, think of all the fucking rape victims. Think of all of that, like.
So you're
Think of all
saying,
that. Right.
so you're saying that it's a uniquely male problem?
It's a uniquely male. No, I'm not. Like it's literally just common sense.
Then why did you bring up bathrooms?
Why did I bring up bathrooms?
Yeah.
Because, lad, it's just not right.
Is
like,
it
see,
the
like,
pattern of the wood grain, or is it just the magistry of a bathroom door that's going to stop somebody if they want to assault someone?
Because, lad, right, you don't just fucking give someone the fucking, like, leeway into a fucking women's toilet now. Let's be honest. Be honest with yourself.
Right,
now,
but
look,
if
I'm
a
not
man
saying
does
that,
want to assault somebody, is it the pattern of the wood grain, or is it just the magistry of the bathroom door that's going to stop them? Which one
well,
is
it
it?
gives them one less of a fucking opportunity then
Well,
to
which
do
one
it.
is
He's
it?
got no fucking...
Which one
Gives
is
them...
it?
What, the pattern of the wood grain?
Or the majesty of the bathroom door?
The fucking what of the bathroom door?
Is it the image, or is it the big words that's tripping you up?
Is it the image or the big words?
Yeah, is it the image
Lad,
in your head of a bathroom door, or is it the big words that's tripping you up?
It's everything. I've got no fucking idea what you're trying to say. What I'm trying to say,
it's
right?
the big words then. Okay.
Yeah, fine, and it is the big words, you know. Right, what I'm trying to say is, okay, what I'm trying to say before you kick me, right, is that, okay, a bathroom door, right, with a sign on it can do a lot. If I, right, say, no, I'm not going to use myself because I would sound weird. Say if a rapist, right, was going into a women's bathroom, there'd be a bunch of fucking people pointing that out. Am I correct?
Not necessarily.
Yeah, there would be. They'd be like, why the fuck are you going into a women's bathroom? So you're saying, right, if I said right now I'd identify as a woman, I'd be allowed in a women's bathroom?
Yeah, why not?
Get the fuck out. You have... No, I'm not even I'm done with this fucking voice, right? Oh my god, yes, I'm not 18. Kick me if you fucking want. Right, that is genuinely fucking horrible. You...
Sorry, we don't allow fetuses. You can't have a fetus up here, alright? Just can't. It's not allowed. So, wow. Oh, wow. All right. Okay. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. And RDS has been blocked. Okay, so guys, let's get some more likes in here. Let's get shared out. Let's get some more people watching. Let's get some more people asking to join. Let's get some debates. That's why we're here. That is why we are here. RDS has been blocked. Moo? Yeah, Moo. So he won't be able to see you or anything else. So yeah. Does anybody who disagrees with any of the prompts pop up and we shall talk? It's only because he admitted that he was a fetus. So you know, if you don't meet TikTok's age requirement to be on a live, there's nothing that I can do about it. I'll get fucking banned if not. So yeah. And he absolutely just wanted to troll, by the way. I mean, like, he literally said that he was like doing a fake voice and stuff like that. So yeah, no, he absolutely did. To be honest, one of the first debates that you fully agree with. All right, okay, I'm not like. Did you see Trump's approval ratings? No, I haven't. Are there like recent ones that have just been announced or something? I'll have a little look into it there. There's one there from 3 days ago, but I don't want to. Let's go to 538. Got a 48.9% approval rating. That's Jesus Christ. That's like astonishingly high. Oh, 538 is my kind of like personal one of choice, because it gathers basically like all of the other data, and like does like an average out of like what the kind of numbers are. The Irish Rover says, do I like Trump and Elon? No, I absolutely do not. I mean, I literally have that Donald will ruin the US. I don't know why you would think that I would like him, but yeah. I mean, if you want to pop up and have a conversation about it, you absolutely can. Yeah, 45.6 of 45.6% of Americans disapprove of Trump. I mean, like, it's basically kind of like neck and neck, 50-50, right? But yeah, well, I don't know. Well, I can only imagine that approval rating is not going to last very long. How you doing? What's your name, age, and pronouns?
Steve, age, pronouns. I don't have any.
You okay? What's your age?
53.
Okay. And pronouns you do, because you started that sentence with I, which is a pronoun.
Yeah, it's not something I'm going to identify myself with, though.
But well, so then, how do I know how to address you?
I'm Steve.
Okay. So you'd be comfortable with me calling you she or they?
No, because I'm not a she and I'm not more than one person.
Okay. So what would your preferred pronouns be then?
Steve.
Steve is a name, not a pronoun.
A unique moment of consciousness in time.
That's not a pronoun either. This is real simple,
it is,
man.
I just made it up.
You know the correct answer. Just say it and we can move on.
I am a unique moment of consciousness in time.
No, it's not a pronoun.
Why not?
Because it's not a pronoun.
Why not?
A unique moment
What is
of
a pronoun,
consciousness
then?
in
Explain
time.
it to me.
That's not a pronoun.
What is a pronoun?
A pronoun is what somebody would use to refer to you in the third person. So they would
that's
say.
how I want you to
so they would
refer
say
to me
my
in the third
name.
person.
So
I'm a
they would,
unique moment of consciousness in time.
So they would say, for example, yeah, my friend John, he is a really nice guy. That is an example of a pronoun.
Yeah, and my pronoun is a unique consciousness in a moment in time.
Okay, I'm giving you one last chance, man. What's your pronouns?
Well, you know what I'm going to say.
Got one last chance. What's your pronouns?
I'm not being funny, but I don't obey that. You'll have to make the next move, and bless you for your good evening, but it's your choice. But my pronoun is I am a unique moment of consciousness in time.
Bye, Steve. Like, it's super fucking simple, guys. I ask every single guest that pops up, I ask them what is their name, age, and pronouns. It's super, super simple. It is also, as I was explaining to one of the guys in work today, it is a stupidly easy way of kind of weeding out the crazies. It is so simple. Because if you're going to flip out and if you're going to like throw a hissy fit or just as he did act as stubborn as you fucking like and just refuse to answer the question that you know the answer to, then you're just gone. Like it's just as simple as that. If I don't want to argue against him, I asked him to come up. What are you talking about? I asked him to come up. I asked him to request. Everybody that comes up, I ask your name, age, and pronouns. Your name, just because, you know, nice to know people's name. Your age, because you have to be over 18 to come up onto a TikTok live. And your pronouns, so that I and sorry, Steve. Yeah, because he said his name was also Steve. Sorry. But just to kind of finish explaining it, just for like everybody else, is the reason why. It's just so the pronouns is so that I or so that people in the comment section can refer to him using his preferred pronouns. Simple as. I am not afraid to fucking debate absolutely anybody, like literally anybody. Okay. Okay, guys, if you could please like the live and share it out. Let's get some more people in here. Let's get some debates happening. Anybody who does disagree, feel free to pop up. That is why we are here. We are here to have fun. We are here to have conversations. We are here to have debates. That's what we're here for. So let's try and get those going. Anybody who disagrees, you can pop up. Anybody who disagrees, you can pop up. Please, guys, if you can, please like the live and let's share it out. Fucking Billie Eilish just joined. Well, that's and then she gone. Well, you know what? That was an exciting couple of seconds for me. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, no. Please do, guys. If you disagree, pop up. Please like the live, share it out so we can get some more conversations. Ooh. There's anything else, guys, that you want just me to talk about, just whilst we're kind of waiting for people to show up and people to join, absolutely go for it, you know. Like there's like this like whole like conspiracy theory now like around like, do you guys see the press conference thing that Elon did in the Oval Office whilst he was standing and Trump was just sitting at the Resolute desk, and just made him out to look like the absolute cock that he is? Yeah, I mean, like, that was absolutely fucking hilarious. There was a conspiracy theory around it though, like, just because of like what people thought that Elon's son was saying to Trump. Like, there was one conspiracy theory where, or not like conspiracy theory, right? Because I mean, like, obviously it's caught in the hot mic, but Elon's son said to Trump that like, you're not the real president, or that like, you should just shut up, or something along those lines. I think it was yeah, it was fucking, it was weird though. Adele, I can see you coming in and leaving. Please like my life. But yeah, no, I mean, like, it was wild, man. It was wild. It was wild. Elon trying to kind of cut US aid, I mean, like, is I mean, like, it's just absolutely just insane. It's absolutely insane. The amount of people who are like on like a lower income who depend on US aid, I mean, is incredible, you know. So yeah, Adele, like my life. As a German, the way people are trying to gaslight people about Elon's salute got me really concerned, to be honest. Oh, my dude, 100% Jesus, 100%. I know that I normally only do like debates and stuff like that, but genuinely, dude, like, if you wanted to pop up and talk about that, like, I would be 100% in favor of that, like, genuinely. It's just because you'll think about it. Well, thank you for thinking about it, at least. Yeah, no, because I mean, like, genuinely, like, the way that people are trying to like gaslight people into thinking that Elon did not do that salute, I mean, like, it was as clear as day. There have been like Proud Boys or Triple K members, or like, you know, neo schmatzis who have literally said that like that's what he was doing. They are praising him for doing it. They are like loving the fact that somebody extremely high up in the Trump administration did that salute. And so like, and then also Elon has not fucking denied that that's what he did. He has never once denied that that's what he did. He absolutely did that salute. It's just like 100%, like to like argue against it, I mean, it's just fucking ridiculous at this stage, like, you know. Oh, genuinely crazy, man. People just like making excuses. Yeah, but you see, that's, yeah, I mean, like, that like legitimately just kind of has to be it at this stage. Like, they literally just love to make excuses, because like it's just absolutely what it was. I feel like a lot of denial is to program people to fall for obvious dog whistles. Yeah, but I mean, like, that was like, yeah, I don't disagree with you, but I mean, like, that was not a dog whistle. It was a foghorn. You know what I mean? Like, it was that blatantly fucking obvious that that's what he was doing. But yeah, no, look, we have a couple more people in here now. If anybody does disagree, feel free to pop up, like the stream, share it, and let's get some conversations going, because that is genuinely what we are here for. We love to have conversations. We love to talk to people. So that's what we're doing. My heart goes out to you, never looks like that. Yeah, dude, that's the other thing though. That's the other thing. There was I think it was like the release of like some like Tesla vehicle or some like press conference or something like that he was doing, right? And he was on stage and he said, "My heart goes out to you." That's what he did. That is a way of showing with your arms and with your like mannerisms and with body language that your heart goes out to somebody. Simply then turning around and saying, my heart goes out to you after doing that salute, I mean, it does not negate what you just did. It's ridiculous. Okay, you have something to say? Burst ahead. Do you want to say it in the comments, or do you want to pop up and talk to me? Because, like, we're okay kind of doing just, like, arguments and stuff like that in the comments, but it's just so much more effective when you pop up. So if you do want to pop up, absolutely do. Thank you, by the way, to everybody who has liked the live and stuff like that. It really genuinely does help. I know that an awful lot of TikTok like creators and streamers and stuff like that, like they do just kind of like keep saying it, but genuinely it really does mean that like if you like it, then somebody else is more likely to come across the stream and therefore have a conversation and stuff like that, and that's what we're here for after all. So, you know, please do like the live is basically what I am saying. You said that you come up. I haven't seen your request, so I'm just going to go ahead and just send you an invite there if you want to. Oh, okay. No.
Hello.
How you doing? What's your name, age, and pronouns?
Michelle.
Yeah, and age and pronouns?
Oh. There is no such thing. Pronouns are actually a thing to describe the way we describe ourselves, as in the context you, me, I, they, them. They, them is not a pronoun to be used like that. I'm a teacher in a school, so there's no such thing as I can't pronounce myself as a pronoun. I'm a woman. Thank you. And I'm 51. All this, I mean, please. Like I said, I work in a school where I'm teaching children about pronouns right here, right at this moment. And to ask someone, what is your pronoun? I think that is definitely a social construct that they've just twisted everything and go, there are they, them, which they, them means them over there. That is what we're teaching the children in my school. And I think it's disgusting.
So you think that they and them can exclusively only be used for multiple people?
Yes, because it's them over there, or it's they when you're talking about. Because I would say, I am, like I said, I'm teaching the kids. It's I am I, me, and you are you. So then it would be you, and they mean they're a group. The they over there, the them, they. Okay. So you point it to a group.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you a really quick story, right? Genuinely, it'll only take about 30 seconds. So I was walking down the street one day and I found a wallet on the ground, and I thought to myself, geez, I better see if there's a form of ID in it, because they must be missing their wallet, and hopefully I can get it back to them.
Yeah, okay.
So if you as a teacher could tell me the error in grammar in that sentence, I would be fascinated to hear it.
Right, well, so I do stand corrected, but it means they. So it's like you're pointing to they, as in it's like a third party person out of yourself, because it's they or them.
Right, so you agree then that it can be used to refer to one singular person?
Yes, sorry.
Okay.
My mistake.
All right, okay.
Would say they.
What did you pop up to debate about?
Basically, trans women are not women, and nor are trans men men, sorry.
Okay, why do you think so?
Because I think it's rubbish, because we are who we are, we're born how we are, and that's the end of it. We can't be trapped in the wrong body.
Well, it's not that they're trapped in the wrong body, it's just that their body doesn't purport with what their brain is telling them.
No, I don't believe that for a second. don't believe it at all for a second. And
Well, it doesn't
I
matter
think
what
it's,
you believe. That's what they say.
well, that's what they say. But I mean, in some ways, I can say that I feel I'm quite a manly woman, as I have quite a deep voice. But that doesn't make me a man or anything like that. Like I said, we're not in the wrong body. It's just something that where people are, oh, they want attention and they think that they can just put a frock on and get all these body parts all changed and that makes them a woman. Well, that's not true. And it's about time we stop doing it because, like I said, I am a teacher. And so, what am I supposed to teach them children? Am I supposed to say to them, "Oh, they them's," or "Well, they don't identify as anything"? What a crock of crap!
Well, of course they identify as something.
Well, they should identify as what they're born as. Simple as.
Why? Why does it
Because they
matter?
should. Because why? Well, why should they be messing up the world? Why should they be like
How are they messing
saying,
up the world?
I'm a woman trapped in a man's body, and I'm a man trapped in a woman's body. No, it's rubbish. And yet you actually get more men doing it than you do women. And I'm not saying that they don't do it, but there is a lot more men that are going to turn into women than there is women turning into men.
I don't quite think the data bears that out. I just think that like an awful lot of people seem to kind of hyper focus on men who want to transition to be a woman. I just think that like the media and kind of social media just kind of tends to hyper focus on that. I think that the rates are about maybe not like exactly 50-50, but they're an awful lot closer than you might think. But I do want to know though, how are they ruining the world?
Because, like I said, the taking people are going, "What are your pronouns?" And it's like, so then they're saying just because a boy, if he only plays with a pram, then they're forcing something on them and they're saying, oh, they must be gay. So when children are saying, I love Rose because she's my friend, well, it's like, well, you must be something, a gender, and not just because they like Rose and they're a child. It's being forced on them. That's why.
By who?
And it's by all kinds of places.
Okay,
Schools,
can you
it's been
can you
made-
name one of them?
been made law. It's been made laws. How can it be made a law? I think it shouldn't be made a law. We're not to be addressed as pronouns.
Okay, so
We're addressed by you.
okay, so hang on. It's really 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 weird, right? Because you started this and by saying that like you hate the idea of pronouns, and yet you are like proficient in
Oh,
playing
it's
hang on, because I'm almost done. I'm almost done. Just hang on. But you are proficient in playing the pronoun game. What is the law that they have passed? What does it specifically say, and what does it dictate that people have to do?
It says that if somebody identifies as a woman, we have to call them a woman, even though they've been a man.
Right, and what
So
law? And what law would that be?
If they say, if a man says that they're a she, you have to then use that context to
Yep,
make.
I
to-
understand the mechanics of what you're saying. What law is that? Like, what is the name of the law? What's the name of the bill that was introduced to be passed? Like
I don't know.
what
I just
statute
know
is
it's-
it?
I don't know. Well, all I know is that it's been made law in America and the UK. And I think it's disgusting, like I said, and men are not women, and no women men. We are who we're meant to be. That's it. It's tough. No matter what I think, if I don't want to be.
Right. So if you were faced with a child, let's say, because you're a teacher, who persistently, consistently, and insistently, was telling you that they would be happier being referred to as a girl, say if they were a boy. Like, what necessarily is the problem with that? If they're literally telling you that they would be happier being referred to as a set of pronouns, then like, I mean, like, what's the harm in that?
Because that's not what they'd say, because pronouns are not supposed to be used in that context. And there's no child that thinks that they should be a girl or a boy
Yes, there
differently to
absolutely
what
are.
they are, because they've got no.
No, there
They haven't got
absolutely
any
is.
concept of it. It's only
Yeah, they do.
because of the adults around
Yes, they do.
forcing in it. No, because there is a lot of parents out there that if a boy wants to play with a prom, they'll go, "Don't play with that prom, it'll make you gay."
Yeah, there's an awful lot of homophobic and very
And then-
problematic parents out there. Yeah, I agree with you.
Like that. But then my daughter likes playing with cars, and yes, she is gay, but her nan hated that. She absolutely despised it, and I was like, "No, let her play with cars."
Right. So, do you not recognize that
mean-
your daughter's that the reaction by her grandmother is exactly the reaction that you are giving to trans people now? So you seen how
because
maybe
there's no-
upset it made your daughter to have harsh
Genders.
words directed to them by your mom. Do you not recognize that your harsh words is making trans children feel exactly how your daughter felt?
A child doesn't have that concept.
Yes,
to
they
know
do.
that it's
Yes,
a
they
boy or a
absolutely
girl.
do. Yes,
No,
they
they don't.
absolutely do. Because when a child is presenting or is insisting that they are the other
Are you a
gender,
doctor?
right? So
Are
if
you a doctor?
am I a doctor? No.
Well then, how do you know this? You don't know that. You don't know that at all.
Because I can read studies, you see.
Well, just because something's a study doesn't mean it's a thing. I mean, people write stuff all the time all over their studies, but it doesn't mean that it's true.
So you think
Just
that
because-
so
no, it really-
well
no,
just hang on. So you think that academic peer reviewed studies in an academic scientific journal are just some people's opinions and ought to be wafted away?
And a lot of the time, well, yeah, it is actually because it's something that somebody's gone and done. It's just still somebody's opinion.
Academic
Doesn't
peer
matter what.
reviewed studies are just somebody's opinion.
Well, because the studies that they've done on things, so there's still an opinion of something. Doesn't matter. It's still a study of something. It's something that's
I'm-
studied, wrote stuff about.
I'm okay. I'm really, really, really sorry. I just don't think that you know what an academic study is. To say that you believe that an academic peer-reviewed study that is in a scientific journal is just one person's opinion, that is oxymoronic. Peer-reviewed basically means that it has been passed around to all of their peers who have corroborated and who have backed up their findings. So it's not just one person's, it is like a team of people. The scientific method is the best possible way that we have so far invented to determine truth. So it's not just my bias or your bias or somebody else's bias. I come up with a finding, and somebody else, all of my other peers, they then come together to fact check me to make sure that I haven't been biased with the information and to make sure that I have reported it correctly. That's how academic peer-reviewed studies are done on these issues. It's not necessarily an experiment that you can like keep repeating, but I mean, like, there are ways of doing sociological experiments and studies and stuff like that as well.
But still, it's just because somebody's wrote something and then they're just all right. Okay, yeah. Well,
But no,
agree with it.
I'm okay. I'm really, really sorry. Did you listen to a word I just said?
yes.
So then how did you listen to everything I just said and still say it's just somebody writing it down?
But then what I mean is, then they've gone and said, all right, we'll agree with that and we'll agree with that. But then there's a lot of things that are done like that, but it still doesn't make it true.
Such as?
Right. So, for example, right, and then, well, you know, this may not be liked, but a lot of people wrote the Bible, and then a lot of people went, yeah, that's true, it's true, it's true. So it's still kind of the same thing, and then just because that's said it's true by loads of different people doesn't make it true, right?
Okay, so oh my god, it pains me to kind of say this because I am an atheist, so I do technically speaking agree with you on what you've said, specifically about just because it's written in the Bible doesn't make it true. But that is an absolutely no way analogous to scientific peer-reviewed studies. To make that properly analogous, it would be to say that if somebody writes something down, if it's in the Bible, a bunch of other people around them going, prove it. And when they couldn't, they just ignored them. And the issue went away. But that's not what happened.
Well, a trans woman and a trans man can't literally prove that they're a woman.
Well, they can, because gender is a social construct, which is my fourth prompt. Gender is something that is entirely made up by humans. We invented gender. There is absolutely nothing in the DNA code that says that women ought to wear skirts and men ought to wear pants. That does not exist anywhere. That is something that we as humans invented.
But that's not gender. That is not in a way what gender is perceived as. Just
Well,
I wear
yes, it
pants.
is. Yes, it is. It's gendered clothing.
All right, that's clothing. But also,
Which is an aspect of gender. It is an expression
Right, okay.
of gender.
right, okay.
Wearing a skirt
But then-
or a dress is is you expressing what gender you are.
Well, in that respect, I agree with you, but more women wear pants than men wear frocks, obviously, because women wear pants all the time, but you don't see men as just. I mean, I'm not saying we're transgender or otherwise. All I'm saying, you don't see men walk around in dresses, but you see women all the time walk around in pants.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely the case. And actually, as I actually said on my last live as well, that I distinctly remember having a conversation with my gran about this, actually, where she basically said that the first time that she ever wore pants, her father didn't speak to her for about 2 weeks. So it is now, of course, yes, you are absolutely correct. It is now way more common to see women wearing pants. I am not denying that, not in any way, shape, or form. But what I am saying is that it was traditionally the case that women never wore pants. That is not anywhere in the kind of DNA code that dictates that women shouldn't be wearing pants. That was always something that was enforced sociologically or traditionally onto women, that they don't wear pants.
And actually, boys in like the 1800s actually wore dresses because it was actually easier to change a dress, because they used to wear the sort of like sailory looking suits, and it was actually easier to alter a dress as they grew rather than a pair of pants.
Yeah,
Did you know that?
Yeah, I did. But I mean, like, as well as that, I mean, like, when we're kind of talking about gender clothing, I mean, like, this stuff has absolutely changed. Not only just in kind of recent history, but I mean, like, men were the first people to ever wear high heels, whereas now, I mean, like, it's like now it's completely the opposite, and it's like predominantly women who wear high heels. But I mean, like, were the men who were wearing high heels in history, were they like secretly women, or was that just like some gendered clothing?
Well, it was actually, well, I suppose it was just shoes of the time. They wore a lot of them because a lot of people were smaller then, and so they wore them to make them look bigger, if you will. and it was a style of shoe. I mean, in that respect, but it wasn't even looked at it like in that way. But a gender concept doesn't necessarily have to go towards clothes, because in Scotland they wear skirts a lot of the time because that's the traditional dress of Scotland.
Right, but you realize that that helps my argument and not yours, right?
Right, I know, yeah, no, but still, what I'm saying is, but they don't, I mean, it's because it's a traditional dress. It's not because they're wearing it because they want to, if you will. It's just part of the traditional dress, which is the kilt that is worn by women and men.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you, but what I'm saying is that clothing or dress sense, it is sociologically driven. So it is not at all uncommon to see a man in Scotland wearing a kilt because that is because that is socially acceptable.
Yeah.
Whereas, as I had said, when my nan first wore pants, it was not socially acceptable to wear pants. Whereas now it is. So it is entirely dictated by society.
But that's not what I'm saying is, though.
But it absolutely, but it's what I'm saying though, because a gendered role within society, if you go back in history, is that, you know, I mean, like, women are pregnant and barefoot and they stay at home and they don't have a job, whereas now it's completely and utterly different. Gender roles, like, as well as society, they progress and they change over time.
Well, yeah, supposed to do. Yeah. Well, actually, what humans tend to do, we will change everything to suit our needs at that time of whatever we need to change it. And then something that's acceptable today is not
exactly.
acceptable.
No, yeah, absolutely, exactly. And a trans person will change everything about their physical appearance to match their gender identity.
But they'll still never be a woman, ever.
But they, no, okay, so what I think that you mean is that they will never be female.
Alright, they'll never be female.
Well,
I mean, I can dress...
I mean, like, female typically just kind of means your chromosomes, which would be XX. So, I mean, yeah, I agree with you there. But, I mean, that's not what I'm talking about, though, because gender and sex are two totally different things. So your sex is typically determined by your either your sex organs or your chromosomes, which, like, yeah, I mean, like, you can't change what your chromosomes are. That's baked into your DNA. But you absolutely can change your gender. That's why we don't say transsexual anymore, and we say transgender, because you cannot change your sex, but you can change your gender.
But then you start adding bits and cutting bits off and changing things into bits, and then I'm a woman. No, I'm a woman. You're a man. But I mean, you could have been for all I know, you could have been a woman at some point, but you don't tend to look like you are. But I mean,
right. Well, I mean,
woman.
But I mean, like, how do you know then that I am male? Male now. I said not a man. I said male. How do you know that I'm male?
Well, it's still kind of the same thing.
No, because you just said female, which was about chromosomes and it was about your sex organs. So how do you know that I am male?
Well, I don't. That's why I said I don't know. You could have been, but because I know I am.
Like, if you didn't know me, if we had never had any sort of a conversation and I walked past you on the street, would you assume that I was a man or that I was a woman?
Well, I suppose I'd assume that you was a man.
Right, and what would that be based on? Would that be based on, like, physical appearance, dress sense, a combination of both?
Actually, your facial hair.
Facial hair. All right, okay. So if you had a trans man then who had facial hair, would you just assume that they're a man?
Not all trans men have facial hair, because some men.
Yeah, a lot of them
facial
do. A lot of them do. Are you aware of who Buck
I can
Angel
get
is?
I can get facial hair going through the menopause, but that doesn't mean I'm a man. Even though I might look like one because I have facial hair.
Well, yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you there, but like again, just sorry, because we kind of got off on a little bit of a tangent, like not intentionally, but so if you walked past me on the street and you didn't know me, we had never talked before, just purely based on my physical appearance, you would assume that I was a man. So if you walked past somebody who presented as a woman, so they had long hair, they had a bit of makeup on, and they were like typically dressed as females do, would you just assume that they are a woman? Or I mean, like, would you kind of like have to kind of like ask and check if they were male or female? Yeah, hello? You've muted. You need to unmute yourself.
I have been told that I look like a man, I sound like a man, I act like a man.
Right, but you identify as a woman, right? You would call yourself a woman.
Of course.
Correct?
Correct.
Right. So would it not just then be the same thing for a trans woman who may sound or look a little bit more kind of masculine, but they identify as a woman?
But then, like
I'm not directly comparing you and them. I'm just saying, simply because you look or sound or like instantly give off the appearance as one thing doesn't necessarily mean that you are that thing. You can completely identify as something that is not aligned with how you present, which I mean, like, is what you have like basically just said.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's the same thing for trans women and for trans men.
What you just said as well, you went, so if someone went past you with long hair and they had nails on, but then that's a social concept that all women have to have long hair and nails and wear makeup.
But that's the thing. They don't have to. They don't have to.
No. But
they don't have to. It's sociologically like prescribed that they do.
Yeah, but then the society looks at women, if you will, in some respect. Not all women. What I'm saying is it just looks at women and goes, well, if you don't have long hair, wear makeup and wear nails, then you're not a woman. So that's a social concept. Because I don't have long nails. To be fair, I can't wear long nails while I'm working with autistic kids.
Right. So, well, look, I mean, I have to kind of commend you. Whatever I kind of, think about kind of like what your opinions and stuff like that are, I absolutely do have to commend you for that, and I want chat to kind of to as well, but yeah, I mean, but you would agree then that, I mean, like, typically because you don't have like, well, I'm just going to assume if you don't have like really long hair, or if you're not wearing fake nails, that does not stop you from being a woman, correct?
Absolutely not.
Right, so then why does it stop a trans woman from being a woman if they don't have long hair or fake nails?
But then, as in what I've seen in recent sort of times everywhere, that's the way they come across. It's like, so because I've got a lot of makeup on and I wear false nails, they'll all have wigs. They won't go because they've got a bald head like you and go, oh, I feel like a woman in it. I'm still a woman, but I've got no hair. And I don't mean, but or right or wrong, they won't walk around the street with no hair. Because they were a bold man, they'll go and put a wig on because they think that's how women should be dressed. They won't come. They won't walk round the street with a bald head and say, "I am a woman." Even though they could have all the bits, they could have a pair of boobs, and they could have all the bits cut off down there, but they would not walk down the street with a bald head. They're all wearing wigs and makeup and all the rest of it, and nails, and
Right. Well, I mean,
because that's how
isn't that just
you know?
their right if they want to do that?
No, but what I'm saying is, but that is a social construct that they believe that that's what women should look like.
Well, I mean, it's what kind of almost like stereotypically and like what kind of like people kind of like assumed is feminine and is femininity, that's what that looks like. But absolutely, like, look, I mean, Adele in my live chat has said it, like, not every woman wears makeup, wears fake nails. My fucking girlfriend doesn't wear makeup or fake nails on pretty much any given day. It doesn't stop her from being a woman. The point here is that simply because, like, but this is the thing, this is exactly my kind of point, and it's what I kind of talked about in the last live as well. There are all different types of women, right? So if you could imagine, if you just cleared your mind, right, of all preconceptions and of all biases and of all absolutely everything like that, and I just ask you just to picture a woman, not somebody that you knew, just the stereotypical vision of a woman, you would probably get to long hair, fake nails, probably you know kind of like slim, based on some like model kind of picture, right? But clearly not every woman looks like that, right? There are tall women, there are short women, there are big women, there are small women, there are big boobied women and little boobied women, there are trans women, and there are all different types of women. Simply because you don't fit into one stereotypical standard doesn't mean that you're not a woman. In the same way as that, if you don't have long hair and you don't wear fake nails, right? If that is what society deems is a woman, and you don't look like that, it doesn't mean that you're not a woman. It just means that you characterize yourself, or that you dress, or that you present slightly different from the stereotypical version of what a woman is. But so do, like, I'm probably going to say like 70% of women.
Oh, absolutely. But that's the way. So, like I said to you, because I have short hair, and I don't have that short hair, it's more on my voice. Like, I'll answer the phone and people will go, "Yes, sir," and I'm like, I'm a woman, and they go, and I'm like, "Yes, well, my name is Michelle." I mean, it kind of gives it away in a respect of a girl's name, right? And they'll go, "Oh, you sound like a man." I said, "But that doesn't mean to say I am a man, just because I have a deep voice."
Mean, like, that's no, I'm sorry, man. That's just kind of rude, and I'm sorry that has happened to you. Do you know, like that is literally just rude. Do you know, to say that you like do kind of like, I'm not saying that you do or anything else, but I mean, like, literally, like, to on the phone to somebody to say that you sound like a man, that's just straight up rude.
Absolutely, and I mean, I've had it quite a lot, actually, because as you can, I mean, I really don't have a sweet voice at all, and like, I mean, I'm stronger than most men, and well, sorry, most women, because one of them big gallons of water, the big water butt things that they go on the drinks machine things, for water. Well, I can look one of them down the street, and they're like, "Fucking hell, Shell, how can you carry that?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't know, I'm just a really strong woman." They went, "God, I couldn't do that." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, but that doesn't make me a man." But they're like, "Well, God, you act like a man."
Yeah, no, look, absolutely. I mean, like, it definitely doesn't make you, and like, yeah, like, I just, I'm trying to kind of get to a point where, like, we like do kind of agree that, like, simply just because you look or you present a certain way doesn't mean that you are that thing, right? So if you have short hair and don't wear fake nails and are able to lift like the big fucking gallons of water or anything else, simply because that might look to an, I would say, ignorant onlooker as one way, or like would kind of say that you are one thing, doesn't mean that you are that thing. And so if you identify as a woman, happy days, but so do trans women. And simply because they look a certain way, or they don't act a certain way, or they don't have long hair, or they don't wear fake nails, or any of these other things, just as much as it doesn't stop you from being a woman, it doesn't stop them from also being a woman.
But then I know I'm a woman, and this is what the big debate is more so. I know I'm a woman, and please don't say, oh, there is like women who, I know there is women who can't have children, right? Of all different reasons. Like whether the room's a bit messed up, they've got the, sorry, I can't say it properly, the polyphoric ovaries. But my daughter has, she's very, like I said, I can't pronounce it properly. But that hasn't stopped my daughter from having children. And even though it's like 1 in a billion that like can't, you know, and even if a woman has a messed up womb, they will still go through that cycle of periods, even though they might have been not all like regular and they'll be all messed up. But because of my DNA and the way I'm on the inside, is I still go through that menstrual cycle. And I still will go through the menopause. I might not be able to have kids, but I actually have a friend. She's never had kids. She's actually gone through still all the menstrual cycles, and she's gone through the menopause. And that is what makes me a woman, and what makes a man, because they don't. That is simply it. And I mean, so not all women can give birth, and there is billions, women that can't, but yet they can have it. And a man doesn't have a womb, or doesn't even have the capacity to have a womb, where I do because I'm a woman. So that's what makes me woman, not just because what's in my mind. Because if you actually asked me if I could choose what sex I'd be, if I was given a choice, I would rather have been a man.
Right. Well,
in some respects.
Yeah. Look. Okay. I have genuinely enjoyed the conversation. There were some kind of touchy bits there, and the kind of and the beginning and in the middle. But look, I think that we've kind of gotten to a point where it's not that I don't think that anything more kind of fruitful can kind of come from the conversation, but I just think that it's kind of gotten to I just think it's just kind of gotten to a point like where we're kind of almost kind of going in circles. So I would just kind of say, you know, look into this stuff, maybe even kind of talk to some trans people that you might know or might encounter.
Right. I get it. You don't like what I've said, because that means the transgender person could never be the opposite sex, because what makes me woman doesn't make her a man a woman. End of story. Thank you very much. I'll go. Goodbye.
Okay, well that turned. That was different. There's somebody else waiting to join. I promise I will bring you up in just a minute. That was weird for me, because I thought that we were going to end on a nice note, and said that we did have some kind of minor points of agreement. There was a lot of disagreement. It's not that I just didn't like what she was, well, yeah, obviously I didn't like what she was saying. It was a debate, but it was, oh god, okay, that was really weird. That was really weird. Okay, I'm a little bit kind of taken aback by that. Okay, look, we're just going to move on to the next person, because yeah, that was odd. Ugh. All right, we're still waiting for this person to join. I wouldn't want her teaching my kids. Yeah, I don't know if I would necessarily want her teaching my kids either. Yeah, I mean, like, look at, like, it was a nice conversation. Like, we had some points of disagreement, whatever else, but I mean, like, nobody shouted at each other, nobody kind of like over talked or whatever else. You know, like there was some points, yeah, sure, where I interrupted, but I mean, it was to make a point. It wasn't just to kind of whatever else. I don't know. It was weird. It was just weird. I don't. It was honestly really strange. Yeah, no, really strange. All right, okay, so they didn't want to join in time. That's, yeah, it's fair, it's fine, whatever. Yeah, really strange. Okay, can we get some more likes in on the stream, please, guys, if possible, and share it out if also possible, and we'll get some more kind of conversations going. I'm going to be live for about another hour or so, or at least that's my plan anyway. If we don't get any guests, obviously that'll change, but yeah, it's weird. It's very strange. I see that Moo and Steve are kind of having a little bit of an argument there. If either one wants to kind of pop up and kind of have a conversation about it, then yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for the likes, guys. We're up at another 100 likes. Thank you so much for that. Up another 200 likes now. Wow, thank you. Like genuinely thank you. Not an argument, curious conversation, I would say. Yeah, I mean, like, look, Steve, if you do want to pop up. Wait, are you the Steve that was on earlier? No, you are not. I can argue better than you can. Yeah, no, look, I mean, like, well then, like, Steve, yeah, if you want to pop up and maybe kind of have a conversation, I mean, you'll have to kind of catch me up on what you guys are kind of disagreeing with, but I just see you guys kind of atting each other kind of back and forth there, so yeah. 1.7 thousand likes now. Jesus Christ. That is really, yeah, like, amazing. Just genuinely amazing. I'm like, I am really thankful for like every single like, because it means a lot. It shares people out. People get to kind of see the stream who otherwise kind of wouldn't. Yeah. Adele, you're gonna like me the most of all of the people who work with me. I don't want to give away too much because I made you a moderator for my lives, so you know, don't abuse the power. I don't specifically know kind of like what else it allows you to do, but you know, yeah, like, it's nice little title, you know. Yeah, Steve, if you want to pop up, because you were arguing about, talk to him about the biological complexity of humans. Wow, that's a big one, but I will definitely talk to it about it. Body of Christ, you asked me to explain gender being a social construct. Pop up and have a conversation, man, and we will, and you know, we'll like kind of talk about it, because I don't just want to just be kind of talking ad nauseum about it, because you're going to have some points of disagreement, and I'm not going to know that you have those points of disagreement because it's in a comment, but you're already here, so.
Hello, how are you?
How you doing? What's your name, age, and pronouns?
Mr. Brian.
Okay. Age and pronouns?
Sorry?
What's your age and pronouns?
I said, I don't understand this language. Pronouns, like I'm a man, like, is that what you mean?
Yeah, sure. What's your age?
40.
40. Okay. Okay.
40.
So you wanted me just to kind of talk about why gender is a social construct? Yes. Is that correct?
Breaking up. I'm back. It was breaking up.
Okay. So you wanted me
Yeah,
to.
the phone was breaking up there. I'm just back on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's, I believe just quickly, and just there's men and women, but you know when you say gender is a social construct, what do you mean by that? Because I'm curious.
I mean that gender is an entirely sociologically invented idea.
Is gender that's different than like biology? Is it? Is that like?
Yes, very much so.
So do you believe there's only male and female, but gender is something different? Is that what you mean?
Well, sex is also not like a strict binary. It's more so of a binary than gender would be, but just for the sake of argument, yeah, we can kind of go with that. I mean, like biologically speaking, yes, that like it would be kind of either male or female. But I mean, like in terms of what you kind of define yourself as, so for instance, man or woman, they would be completely, that's like it's just not a binary at all. There are almost as many genders as there are people on Earth.
I'll get you. So you'd recognize, okay, there's two biologies, male and female, but gender is something different.
Yeah, gender is how you like personally express yourself. So I mean, like simply just sorry, no, go on.
So to you is to say you're male is biology, and to say you're man is a gender social
Yes.
construct. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh no, no, because I don't want to be jumping the gun. Assume straw manning people, right? So then how can there be multiple genders then? Like if someone is born male and he identifies as a woman, that's how it goes? Does that mean he should only have two options, man and woman, to switch to? Do you get what I'm saying?
No, not necessarily. So I mean, like you could be born as male, and then as you go through life, I mean, like you could be non-binary, you could be kind of like more so kind of trans, but not kind of physically transition. Like there are like lots and lots of different options for people. I just personally think the idea that like we have this like notion that like you go through life and you have one of two boxes to fit into. I mean, like humans are not built for that shit. Like we are like way more diverse than that allows us to be. So I mean, like just for kind of example, right? So what would typically be defined as like gendered behavior or as gender roles like here in Ireland would be completely and utterly different than what they would be in say Africa or Russia or even some kind of like Asian countries, or even maybe possibly even the US or like other kind of like first world countries or anything else like that. So like what like the gender kind of roles might be here is that like it might be that like it's fairly kind of free and you can able to kind of do whatever you want, but in a different country it might be that like no, if you are a woman, then like you are supposed to be pregnant and barefoot and that's just your life now, right? So like it is entirely dependent on not necessarily just on where you are in the world, because obviously like gender roles here in Ireland has like massively changed over the years and stuff like that. But
I think if if I'm not judging anyone because I don't know what goes on in people's minds. So just from my perspective, right? I just believe man, woman, male, female. Okay, but I do understand people. Some people who are born a man, let's say male, they do come across girly or feminine, and I do. Some of them really feel that way.
Sure.
But I do believe in male and female roles. Especially if a man believes he's a man, and let's say for somebody who is, let's say someone that doesn't believe in all these genders, right? They're just is a conservative. I do believe if they're in that way, male and female roles can be a good thing. And I come from a culture like that. Just it's all male and female roles like that.
Okay, but well, I mean, like, what would be an example of some of the gendered roles that would be a good thing?
There's things that can cross over, but then there's things that's kind of a priority. I think it's because I have 8 kids, and I noticed that my wife has kind of better attributes in looking after the children and stuff. It's hard for me to kind of, I'm not the smartest to put things into great words, but I do notice that certain things women are better on, and certain things men are better on.
Okay, like,
Do you agree?
okay, well, I mean, like, you would mention kind of bringing up children. I mean, like, could you not very easily, I would somewhat kind of cockily say that that could just be a result of how boys are raised and the types of kind of behaviors that boys are typically expected to.
I think there's some things that women are more naturally inclined to do. Because I have girls here that they like colouring in books. Without me telling them, they like colouring books, they like pretty colours, while the young fellas like climbing trees, out playing football. That's by me not even telling them anything. That's something that they kind of are drawn towards. There is other things I will tell them. I will point them in certain roles, I will. But other things, I notice that it's natural for them. And
right, but I mean, like,
I notice that girls can be extra sympathetic if something happens. Now the boys will be sympathetic, but the girls go, there's something different in them when they show. They go really deeper into that.
right, but yeah, but I mean, like, that's exactly what I was kind of talking about. That's how, like, boys are sociologically trained to be.
No, some of them they are, but some of them they're not. I've witnessed this. Some are. So, like, if my young fella there, if he, let's say, he says, right, I'm gonna put down a dinner, cut some spuds. Let's say he wants to cut the spuds or whatever, yeah, which he never said it. I'd say, no, you can't do that. If the girls want to do something,
Why?
no, yeah. It's more of a, I can't explain it. It's more. It doesn't feel to be a mannish thing to do. It doesn't. It does. I'm just going by feelings here. You're probably using sense and logic a lot, but I do use that at times, and I use feelings. Some things just doesn't feel right.
So you don't want your son to know how to cook and to take care of himself?
No, not that. I'm just thinking because I've boys and girls here.
But you,
Because I noticed.
but you said but you said that if your son asks to help to cook dinner, that you tell him no, that he can't do it.
He never has. I don't think it's in him to do it. But I'm saying if he did.
Right, okay, well then hypothetically then, if he did, you would tell him no, that he wasn't allowed to.
I'd call it, I say you're acting a girl.
Yeah, Okay. So, like, are you aware that you are displaying dangerous levels of toxic masculinity? Like, dangerous
I don't
levels.
I don't see it that way. I don't want them to be feminine or girly. And here's another example. Yeah, let's say because I have a big family.
But
I,
but if they wanted to, though, if they wanted to help with cooking, you wouldn't allow them to. But like, just why? Because they're eventually going to grow up, right? And they're eventually going to kind of move out and move in on you know, on their own or with some friends or whatever else. Like you would surely at that stage like them to know how to cook, right? I know how to cook, for example. Does that make me less of a man?
no.
So then why would you not want your children to help with cooking?
The boys, because I find it a very girlish thing to do. Not because there's girls here that can do that. I find that
Right, so it's a woman's job to cook then, and it's a man's job to kind of sit
because
and
he's a
drink beer
no,
and then have the food presented to them.
I don't think anyone should drink. It's the devil's game. It's a bad habits on the drink.
Right. Okay. Well, then it's just to sit on it. Well, yeah, it's just to sit down watching TV and wait to be served.
No, well, if a man comes back from a hard day's work and he's working and he's got some daughters at home or a wife, so that's not working. It's a sign of love that they'll have some food prepared for a very tired and hungry father. Who's
Right.
out
So what if
working
the
for
woman
them.
is also working? Whose job is it then?
If the man and the woman is working,
Yeah.
and I suppose it can be a bit tricky then, yeah. If they're
Well, I
having
mean,
a family,
like I don't necessarily think it's tricky at all. I mean, like the easiest answer is just whoever's home is just whoever is home first. But I mean, like if not, like I'm sorry, right?
A man
Because
knows
I
if a
realize
man-
that this is going to come across as like tenfold more kind of condescending than I even necessarily mean it to. But like,
yeah, go ahead.
you're a grown fucking man. Cook your own food. Like what are we doing here? What's actually going on? Like you're older than I am. I'm nearly 30. I cook my own food every single night. Me and my girlfriend have talked about this, that like when we move in together, that it's, I mean, like sometimes I'll cook and sometimes she'll cook. Like this is not any one person's responsibility. It's both of our responsibility, in the same way as that, like kind of cleaning the house and doing laundry and doing all of these sorts of things, that they're all everybody's responsibility. It's not just one person's. Like
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine if you want a mammy and not a wife, but I'd rather have a wife.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying. But how come most women or girlfriends or wives will expect their husband to cut the grass before the woman will do it? Because even they recognize there's something going on there.
Well, I mean, like that's just kind of how you kind of divide
No, but
up
I'm sure
household kind of jobs,
you have a
right?
guy-
So at the same time
sorry.
at the same time as I'm cutting the grass, I mean, like she could be doing something else, or she might be doing
that's what I'm
nothing
saying.
else. It's just like that. That's just something that I'm doing.
Yeah, but I'm sure you cut the grass more than her if she's ever cut it herself.
I would probably guess to say yeah, but I mean that's not. I still think it's just irrelevant, because you could say you could say that in your household where, well, you cut the grass but your wife does pretty much everything else.
Yeah,
Like
but
she
I
cooks,
noticed
she
that-
cleans, she cleans up after you, all that sort of stuff, aka a mammy.
Well, in that case, there's many wives who has the husbands as a daddy. I've noticed that certain men do a lot more than the women also. So it's nice to have a balance. Yes, if a man wants to cook the food, let him go and do it. Yes, but I think it'd be worse to put feminine roles on a young boy growing up. If he's older, he's more comfortable in himself if he wants to do it.
But I mean, like, why? Okay, so what would be an example of a feminine role that you would be pushing onto a young boy?
A lot. Right. What? I'll give it now. But I'll give it. So let's say food is prepared and the dishes needs to be clean. Yeah. The boys wouldn't care as much if the dishes was clean. Well, the girls gets all fussy about it. It annoys them that it's not clean. So the girls gravitate towards cleaning them. So it's something natural in them wants to do it quicker than the boy. So it would fall into that category a lot quicker.
It's something natural in them that wants to do it. Where is that in the DNA code?
I don't know. It has to be there somewhere because, as it says,
well, no,
girls...
that's a oh my god, that's a trick question. It's not in the DNA code anywhere. That's how girls have been sociologically trained. In the same way that men have been sociologically trained that if something is bothering us, we don't talk about it. We fucking suck it up. We bottle it up. We don't talk about how we are feeling. If something is genuinely bothering us, yeah, well, sure, get over it. If we fall down and cut ourselves, yeah, sure, rub some dirt in it, sure, that'll do the job. This is absolutely ridiculous. Like but I'm sorry, but it is the reason why suicidality amongst men is so high. It is because they have been sociologically trained not to talk about how they are feeling, right, or about if they are displaying anything that they might be even considered to be too feminine. That I struggle to use the word men, but I will. Men like you will judge them for it. It's just ridiculous.
No, you're right. You're right. In some of them, men need to talk and explain. Right. I'm just trying to be nice and friendly here. And if there's two problems in the household, kitchen needs to be cleaned, or a roof falls off a shed. Now, a man and woman sees the two problems. The woman will naturally gravitate towards the cleaning the dishes, while the men will naturally gravitate to fixing the roof. It's just something
because
that's
how
in
they've
us.
been sociologically conditioned.
Not only that, I know there might be certain things that is conditioned like that, but there's other things that isn't. How come a little girl, answer this, how come a little girl without being told will naturally go to a colouring book while a boy would naturally climb a tree without even being told? There is a difference.
Because you've given them the option of the colouring book or climbing the tree. If you only give them the option of climbing the tree, I guarantee you she will go outside and climb the tree. It's because we give people options. Right. They're going to choose which one they want to do the most.
If you get 5 boys and 5 girls and see how many will go to the colouring books and many will go to the trees, I'm sure you're not disagreeing with that. Do you think there'll be an equal chance that this will happen? That there is differences, all right. They're both equal. Yes, they're equal in everything. Okay, nobody's better than anyone, but there is things there. Look at it's in the about the secondary schools, how girls drop out of sports and go into other things in a higher number than boys, because there's a difference there. I can't explain it. All I can do is see it.
Yeah, because
notice it.
Because there is a oh my god. Okay. Because why an awful lot of women drop out of sports is because it is sociologically seen as being too kind of manly or too rough or too this or that or whatever, and it's just fortunately not an awful lot of women care. And then they will stick with sports.
How come in percentage-wise a woman will go for makeup on her face where a man wouldn't care? There's a difference.
Because of how they have been sociologically conditioned. It's always going to go back to that. Makeup, dress sense, whether women go into sports, all of this, it is all gendered behavior, and because gender is a social construct, it's always going to go back to how people have been sociologically conditioned.
There is elements of that, but there's things that isn't. Like if you go to a beach, a woman chooses to put on a bikini herself. No one told her to do it. Where she
Well,
might.
yeah, again, dude, we are just going in circles here. Every proposition that you're giving me so far, I mean, if I was to make like a bet, almost every proposition that you are going to give me, I am going to come back to, because that's how we've been sociologically conditioned. There is nothing, absolutely nowhere in the DNA code that says that women should wear bikinis and men should wear like fucking shorts. And nothing else. Nothing. That is how we have been sociologically conditioned.
I know. My point is, a man would feel embarrassed walking on the beach with his arse
because
exposed.
of how we have been sociologically conditioned. Jesus Christ! I should have put money on it.
Man, I know. I think it being. I don't know what's motivating your opinions and stuff, but you know, a lot of those examples I give you are true. No one. You do the experiment yourself on a boy and girl, colouring books, climbing trees. If
okay, so that wouldn't be an experiment; it would be an anecdote. And the reason that I like kind of know an awful lot about this is because I have 2 degrees, one in psychology and one in sociology. So like I understand how like why people do and why people act the way that they do.
Yeah, are you telling me there's no difference in men and women naturally, and natural inclinations and differences that they gravitate towards? And excuse me, you're probably better vocabulary than I have.
Well, I mean, like, not that there's like no difference at all, but again, if you were to only give children the option of climbing a tree, there are like then they're all going to climb the tree. Are there going to be some who are going to prefer to climb the tree? Yeah, sure, but that's not like, it doesn't necessarily mean that if you have, as you had kind of said earlier, five boys and 5 girls, and you give them both the option that every single one of them, that they are going to perfectly align, as you think, along gendered roles, that the 5 boys are going to climb the tree and the 5 girls are going to color. If I was to actually do that, right, and like say 4 boys climbed the tree and 4 girls colored, but 1 girl climbed the tree and 1 boy colored, I mean, like, does that defeat your argument? Because I was going to say, of course you're going to say no. So again, this comes back to sociologically of how people are sociologically conditioned and what gendered norms are.
Yeah, but it's evident in children. Look, you grew up the same way I did as a little kid, playing on the road, crowds of boys and girls. You think back to the differences, how the way the boys played, what they liked, and how the girls were so feminine and the boys was just so wild. You can't deny that. There's no way you can deny that. And anyone listening knows that. I get your point on other things.
Yeah, listen, dude, even kind of growing up in the kind of late 90s and early 2000s, there was an awful lot of like what you would probably consider to be feminine guys and an awful lot of wild girls, at least where I grew up anyway. I would imagine that's the same for pretty much everybody. Yeah,
you will get a bit on each side, yeah, but the vast majority of boys and girls, the gender roles, not necessarily roles, I want a better word, the gender ways is there. The male ways is there and the girls' ways are there. I see it. I've 5 girls and 3 boys. I've seen it.
Do you want me to say it this time, or will I let you or let chat say it?
So,
because I think that's how they have been sociologically conditioned. So it's all like it's yeah. Like, look.
Do you not think you might be a bit?
This is just going in absolute kind of circles.
Look, you put yourself on here. Yeah, you put yourself on here. I'm chatting you. You're chatting me. And so if someone challenges you now in your opinions, you don't like it, is it?
No, it's not that I don't like it. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't be here. But the point is that if you're kind of like not willing to give an inch, then I mean, like,
I am. I did. I told you at the very start.
Did you?
That there is.
Did you though?
I did. This is from my point. There is men that I come across as if they feel like they're girls. They might class as these transgenders without making it up, without pretending. That's generally what you could get a man feeling like a girl. Yes, I'm with you on that one. But and then on the other hand, there is massive differences. We're male and female for a reason. We gravitate towards different things. That's a fact. I couldn't for a moment feel great sitting down painting my toenails or stuff like that where a girl would. I know it's the difference in me and my wife, what we like, what we don't.
Okay, I mean, like, maybe I need to kind of say it a different way, because I mean, like, that's how it's been normalized for you. That's how it's been normalized, and it's not just you either. It's been how it's been normalized for like almost everybody. It's how it was kind of normalized for me as well, although my mom didn't really kind of give like a shit kind of like what I was doing. As long as I was safe and I was happy, she didn't really kind of care. So I'm like, I don't know. I mean, and then like,
how about if you examine yourself and use yourself as an example, compare you to a girl, and
right, no,
maybe
no,
you might
just
see
hang
something.
on. If I was to paint my nails, I mean, like, does that make me more feminine?
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying how girls tend towards certain things and boys other things. That I'm just saying gender construct, maybe not what you think it is. Maybe it's more natural than social.
No, none of it is natural. Absolutely,
Okay, right.
None of it is natural. There is, because to say that it is natural means that like it's biological, and to say that women are more biologically inclined to paint their nails and to color in a book,
Because
and that men are biologically inclined to not paint their nails and to go and climb a tree, means that it's somewhere in the DNA code, and I guarantee you it is not in the DNA code.
Do you ever see a man with long hair? Do you ever see a man with long hair? Not trans man, but do you ever see a man with long hair compared to a woman with long hair?
I used to have long hair. I used to have long hair.
I see men with long hair and they might tie it back. But then when you see a woman with long hair, how she treats it way different. She likes to curl it, she likes to color it, she likes to do it.
I used to color my hair as well. Does that count?
You might be a little exception, of course. But I'm saying majority.
No, dude, it's not an exception, because exception means that there's like a rule, or that there's like a binary here, and there's just not. It's personal expression. Like, that's just like, right. That's like, but the word personal is doing a massive amount of heavy lifting there. It's personal. That's why I said there are about as many genders as there are people on the planet. Because what is strictly like what makes a man to you might be completely different to what makes a man to me. If I was to describe kind of like, you know, well, we've already had a like fucking disagreement over it. So like I don't know where we're kind of going here.
Okay, tell me this, all right? We'll skip that. So give me, I don't know all these gender names, right? So a gender is how you identify yourself, is that correct?
Yeah.
But just if you can just name three random genders people go by to help me out here.
Man, woman, and non-binary.
So you're man, a woman, and someone who is
non-binary.
So they're neither. Does it stop there then? Is that just three then, is there?
Well, you asked me to name three, and I named three.
No, you did. And now, is that the max? I'm saying to you. It's another question. Or is there more?
No.
There's more.
There are more. Yep.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Tell me this. Is it true other people identify as cats? Is that part of a gender, or is that just something else?
No, that's not a gender. That's furries is what you're thinking of.
All right. No, because I do hear that. That's why I'm asking you, because you know a lot more on this than me. I don't want to be guessing things without having a clue about it. That'd be madness. What's your problem with Donald Trump?
Oh, that was I almost got fucking whiplash from that hard left turn. I think that he was an abysmal president the last time, and now that the like kind of guardrails have been lifted on him by the Supreme Court, I can only imagine it's going to get worse.
Well, whatever he's going to do it all in this term as much as he can. He's going to do it all in this.
Sure.
You're from Dublin, are you?
Nope.
You're not Dublin, no?
Nope.
Okay. I don't usually get that one wrong.
Anyway, look at man. I'm not going to be
Yeah.
away for too much longer. There's 2 other people currently waiting, so I'm going to let you go
Well, look,
and
thank
we'll
you.
move on.
Thank you anyway.
Yep.
God bless you.
man.
Good night.
You too, man.
Good night.
KBN just kind of sit still because usually if it takes this long that the person is either gone off of the app or they're in someone else's live, they might not be joining. So and it kind of looks like they're not. So how you doing? What's your name, age, and pronouns?
You're big man, bro. Don't be asking the pronouns thing. You're moving weird. You know what they are. Use your common sense.
No, I
Fucking
don't.
idiot.
You haven't told me yet.
What do you think they are? What do you think they are? Use your common sense, brother.
Okay, do you want to stop acting like a child and just answer the question like a big boy?
I'll answer. My name is KBN. Wait. What? So you don't know what my gender is, but you just referred to me as a big boy.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay, cool. So you kind of done yourself there.
It's not a no. It's not a pronoun. Do you need
Okay,
to go back
so-
to English class because that's not a pronoun?
Okay, so what pronouns would you correlate with a boy?
He,
Use
him,
your common
his.
sense.
He, him, his.
Cool. So what? So right now you got no idea what my pronouns are, but you just referred to me as a boy.
Yeah. Did you hear boy
Yeah,
in the
you see how-
list of
you
he,
see how
him,
you're-
his? Did you
Okay,
hear
but
boy
you-
in that list? I said 3 things. Did you hear boy?
No, but you just
No,
associated
so
those 3 things.
So
with-
it's not a pronoun. Okay, so do you want to tell
Yeah.
me what your pronouns are and be a big boy?
Okay, so again, so you're calling me a big boy. So what pronouns do you associate with that? If you think I'm a
Do
boy,
you
then
wanna
what
be
pronouns
a
do you
big
associate?
boy and tell me what your pronouns are? Yes or
No,
no?
I'm. You know what they are.
Yes or no? No, I don't. That's why I'm asking.
You know what they are. So you're not going to use. So you don't have common sense. You're a big man.
Okay, yeah. Do you want to stop acting like a child and tell me what your pronouns are? Last chance.
You know what they are. Why are you asking me a question that you? Why are you asking me a question that you know the
I
answer?
don't, dude,
Why
if
do
I
you need
knew
them?
what they were, why would I ask you? Stop being silly.
Okay, so all right, just refer to me as Jerome. Refer to me as KBN rather. Refer to me by my username. It's that simple.
All right, okay, sure. What do you disagree
Yeah.
with?
All of it, to be fair. So you said that Donald Trump was an abysmal president. How was he an abysmal president?
Because he debt spent like it was his favorite thing to do. He implemented a tax plan that ultimately benefited the top 1% and is fucking over the.
Why are you swearing?
Because it's my life. Get over it. It's just language.
Okay.
Yeah, he implemented a tax plan that is currently fucking over the general US population. They are currently under his tax plan, so if any US people have a problem with your taxes, blame Trump. Yeah, I mean, like, do you want me to go on, or do you want to pick up on one of those 2
Okay,
points?
so what about the fact that he brought black unemployment to the lowest it had ever been? Or what, you disagree with that, I'm guessing?
No,
seem
of
like
course, dude. What, you are so emotional. Oh my god.
You're the one that's been swearing and raising your voice. I'm not.
Well, yeah, I
You
swear.
can't-
I swear, because I'm Irish. Just get the fuck over it, my dude.
Okay, so you're raising your voice and you're swearing, so that would show that you're the emotional one. I'm not raising my voice or swearing. So, and being Irish isn't a monolith for using bad language, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, it is, but and
Is
also
it- do you have a thought
it's
for that?
also dude, it's my fucking life. If you don't like it, fuck off. It's as
Okay, so
simple
now-
as that. It's as simple as that. You don't like it, go.
So now who's getting emotional? I'm not getting emotional. You're the one that's getting hype, not me.
All right, okay. So why would you just assume that I wouldn't like black unemployment to be at the lowest records?
So like most white saviors, you lot are very secretive.
You're really presuming a lot, aren't you?
How so?
Well, you just called me a white savior.
Are you?
And then you 30 seconds ago presumed that I would disagree with Trump bringing black unemployment to its historical low. You're really presuming a lot.
Okay. No. You know what? Fair enough. Using your logic is because you're Irish, and you know we know that the Irish have a history with racism. Cool. Using that logic.
Well,
using your logic.
Okay, we absolutely don't. But carry on.
I mean, you do. There's many black people have voiced their experiences of living in Ireland and facing racism. But
there's racist people in every single country.
Lovely. So in the same way that you said because you're Irish you swear, I'm going to say because you're Irish you're racist.
Okay, you're on
lovely,
extremely thin ice. So just carry on. Big
man, look, you're in your 40s and you got your pronouns in your bio. I can't take you, but that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about
absolutely not in my 40s, but okay.
How old are you? You look terrible. Otherwise, that's neither here nor there. No, you know, look, let's not get into personal insults, but that's childish. I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. All right. That was just a waste of time. He was absolutely in no way, shape, or form going to debate. Honestly, he was not going to have a good faith conversation. So, yeah, that was wow. Jesus Christ. He was hilarious. No, he just absolutely wasn't. He absolutely wasn't. That was one. I got cooked. In what fucking universe? He came out the gate, fucking presumed like mad, gave me fucking opinions that I didn't even have. In what fucking universe did I get cooked? Jesus Christ, you people are unbelievable. My God. Okay. So we have KBN _live. And you're blocked too. Welcome to the block list. I hope you have fun there. Okay, we got one more. We got time for about one more caller, and then we're going to probably hit it. How you doing?
Hello.
What's your name, age, and pronouns?
George. I'm 18, and he, him.
See how fucking easy that was. See how really, really, really easy that was. I'm sorry. I don't know how fucking long you have been here. The last fucking caller had a complete another meltdown over Manasseh's pro. You see how easy that is? It took like what, 10 seconds? Sorry.
Sorry.
What do you disagree with?
That trans men or women are men and women.
Okay, why so?
Personally, I don't think that's true.
Okay, why so?
So I believe that trans women, they are biologically born male, and that we are. I forgot the word of it, but I can look it up in a minute. But there's a word that humans, you are born, your sex is determined when you're born, and I don't believe you can just change it. You can't change your sex.
I don't. Okay, yeah, I don't disagree with you. You can't change your sex because your sex is determined by your chromosomes. So
yep,
you can't change that.
Yep.
But we're not talking about sex though. We're talking about gender.
Okay, so I understand. I've learnt that gender and sex are two different things.
Okay.
Gender is what you identify as, but I still don't think you can just call yourself a woman.
But if it's what you identify as, then surely changing it should be as easy as that, right?
Yeah, I respect if you want to, dress up as a woman or be trans, I respect that, but I won't respect that you are biologically a male, a man.
Well, you shouldn't have to because they're not.
Sorry?
Well, you shouldn't have to because they're not. They're not. A trans woman is not biologically a woman.
No. So
Yeah,
they're not women.
there's no disagreement there.
No.
So they are not. So they're not biologically female, but they're still a woman. Woman and man are two examples of self-identification. So you describe yourself as a man, or you describe yourself as a woman.
Okay.
It's not. That's a description. It's not a prescription.
So let me tell you. You say if I'm right or wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. So a woman is, or let's say a trans woman is someone who feels in themselves that they are a woman and they want to transition into that when they're born biologically a male.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
So a trans woman, their gender, so the woman is the gender, is what they feel inside that they believe they are.
Yeah.
That's correct. So a woman and female are different things. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
They can overlap. I mean, so like, someone who is like born female can like absolutely call themselves a woman, but it's not exclusive.
Okay. Could I ask you a different question?
Sure.
Okay, so you know how people use the word cis?
Yeah, sure.
So say if you call, yeah, so you people would describe me as a cis man because I'm born a man and I still identify as a man.
Well, then I will call you cis, yeah?
Yeah. So say that's with a trans man or a trans woman. If they are women, why don't we call them cis?
If, sorry, say that again?
So a trans woman or a trans man, why don't we call them cis?
Because they're
If
not
they're
cis.
not.
Because they're trans.
Which means then, that means, but to begin with, they wasn't born a man or a woman, though. So you can't just change that.
Sure. You no, but you can though, because gender is like is something that you give is a self description.
So a woman can't always like get pregnant or have ovaries, can't menstruate. That's not
all
a
women
don't
do,
have
and not all
that.
women can. No.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Is there anything else?
You know, I'm all new to this. I've only just turned 18 in January, so I'm just trying to educate myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Was there anything else you wanted to ask?
I don't think so. But thank you for your time.
All right. Okay. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Hello.
How you doing? What's your name, age, and pronouns?
Yeah, my name is Yusuf. My age is 19. I was born on the 19th of June 2005, and my pronouns are he, him.
Perfect. What do you disagree with?
I disagree with the third topic. I still do want to apologise because I'm currently in public. I live right next to the motorway, so it might be a bit windy. So I should apologise for that.
Yeah, that's fine, man.
Yeah, so I define a woman as an adult human female, which is why I don't believe trans women can be women. Under my understanding, I would recognise them as a subcategory of men. On that basis, you mind if I can ask you for your definition of a woman?
Sure, it would be an woman. Be an adult member of the human race which fits within certain social parameters.
Yeah, but what the distinction would be between a man and a woman within those social parameters?
What would the the difference be like what, like just within
No.
society or gender roles or?
Not the difference, just the distinction between the two. For example, if we're going to recognize man and women as separate categories, we'd have to recognize some kind of distinction between the categories, if that makes sense. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would understand what you're saying. Yeah, but I mean, like, if you were to ask me to define man, I would define it exactly the same.
Yeah, of course. I'm
It
not
would
saying you
literally have the exact same definition. It's just when we get into what the kind of social parameters are, or the like kind of social stereotypes or gendered expectations, that sort of stuff. That's where you find the kind of differences. But other than that, the definitions are exactly the same.
Yeah, so I'm saying, what would the definitive distinction be?
Well, I mean, as I kind of said, it would kind of go into kind of roles within society. It would go into kind of like dress sense. It would go into
Yeah, but feminine,
all of those sorts of
okay,
things.
So what do you say when you say the social parameters, you're near enough basing it within femininity and masculinity?
Am I?
Because you're saying if it's based upon dress sense, then it will be based upon femininity and masculinity. It wouldn't necessarily be gender roles.
Well, it would be what is it would be what is perceived to be kind of masculine or feminine. There, I mean,
Yeah, I
like,
know.
there is nothing inherently, like, objectively, without subjective opinion or bias or anything else. There is nothing
Yeah, subjective
inherently
perception,
feminine about leggings.
Yeah, I'm not saying
Nothing
that
about
there
them.
is. One second, I'm not saying that is. I don't think you understand my question. I'm saying, do you believe masculinity and femininity determine gender? Is my question, or do you believe it is responsible for some kind of understanding of someone's gender? If you understand what my point is.
I understand what your question is. Yeah, I don't think it necessarily like determines what your gender is, but I just think that like it can be like an outward expression of your gender identity.
Okay, so it will be recognized as an outward expression. So
Yes.
then near enough, femininity and masculinity would have no. What's the word I'm looking for? It would have no. It would have no take on gender, more or less, as to how someone expresses their gender afterwards. So then, if it doesn't determine gender, then dress sense wouldn't be applicable as to the social parameters of someone's gender. Then, if you're saying it's the result of someone's gender, it can't be the definer of the gender. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I mean, like, I would also just kind of say, though, I mean, like, something that would be kind of presumed to be kind of feminine is like kind of like a high-pitched voice or kind of like small and petite frame and all this sort of stuff. That doesn't fit all women at all times, not even all cis women.
So when it comes to high-pitched voice, tone of voice is actually recognized to be a secondary SMEX characteristic. Secondary SMEX characteristics are purely subjective and based upon perception. There's no secondary sex characteristic which isn't. So yeah, it'll be based upon perception and someone's subjective understanding as to what they believe to be a high-pitched or a low-pitched voice. So I wouldn't necessarily use it as a way of making some kind of definitive distinction between, femininity or masculinity.
Yeah,
it would just be
I mean, like, that wouldn't be the kind of hill that my argument dies on, but I mean, it would definitely be kind of like an aspect of it though as well.
Okay, so then what's the point of the two categories existing of man and woman if we don't know what the definitive distinction is between them? Because if you can't think of a definitive
Well, I
distinction,
mean, it would be like,
existing.
well, as I had just said, like things such as kind of dress sense and like the
Yeah,
like, pitch and voice and stuff like that, that would be kind of like, that's not just like one argument. It's not even one pillar of an argument. Like it is
Right.
all one collective big argument. It is just one piece of it.
Yeah, sure.
We would be here for literally hours if we were to go over all of the different kind of gendered behaviors.
Yeah, so you can mention the gender behaviors and tone of pitch and all these things, but it's still not a definitive distinction. The reason as to why so let me put it this way, right? If we have no way to say that this is the one exclusive trait which all men have or one exclusive trait which all women have, there will be no point in the categories existing because we have no way to tell the difference consistently. It will just be based upon, let's say, some kind of made-up criteria as to which we've made of our understanding of gender, which would be different from society to society. Because if you're recognizing gender as a social construct, at least anyway. For example, every different society would have a different understanding as to what they believe masculine or feminine, a different kind of dress sense, expectation, so on and so forth.
Well,
so
yeah,
do you believe
exactly.
the criteria?
That's because it's a social construct. It's
So
socially constructed.
I'm not denying that, but what I'm saying is, do you believe the criteria for a man and woman changes from society to society?
Yes, absolutely, and it also changes over time.
Okay, so do you believe if someone went from one society to another society, they'll be changing genders just by moving?
I suppose it's possible, depending on how kind of radically different the gendered expectations are.
Yeah, okay, but I'm saying, okay, so then it wouldn't be measured upon self-ID, it'll be measured as to what society determines that gender to be relating to.
No, so it would be both. It would be both a self-identification, but then also then if one person from we'll say kind of like our society as we kind of know it now was to self-ID as a trans woman, if they were to then move to like an alternate society, this is purely going to be hypothetical now, where they have such kind of radically different views on what gender is, they might kind of consider them as, you know, male, even though their self-identification is that of female. Now, if that person was to be moved into that new kind of different hypothetical society, could their own self-identification change? Yes, but considering that we are talking about just like the world that we live in now, like no, their self-identification is not going to change based on if they live in Ireland and then move to Africa. That's not going
so
to
then
change.
So then it wouldn't be based upon the gender expression or as to what they consider to be masculine or feminine about themselves. It would be purely based upon the self-representation as to how they view themselves. For example, if you're saying you validate self-ID, then the only criteria for someone to be quote-unquote a trans woman is for them to say that they are one. There'll be nothing else which would be required.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
okay. So then a woman is just basically someone who says that they identify or align with the gender characteristics, roles, or behaviors associated with the female sex, then, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then how do we validate that gender if they have no way to express themselves? If it's purely based upon self-ID, if that's what you're defining it as?
Well, because I value their self-identification. I don't really know kind of where what answer you're kind of looking for here. If they say that they're a woman, then I mean, like that's what they are. I mean, like who am I to possibly kind of argue against them? What? No, you're not. Like you're just in an endless cycle then of yes, I am. No, you're not. Like just.
No, it's very easy. The reason as to why I'd say no is because words have meaning and utility. The whole purpose of language as a social construct in itself is to convey information. If you're saying these words have no meaning, then you're conveying no information at all. Therefore, the words should not exist in the first place.
Well, I am a gender abolitionist, so like, yeah.
Oh, so then if you are a gender abolitionist, then there's no point in you even bothering to define the word. The word doesn't exist under your purview.
Well, no, the word does exist because I live in reality. I don't live in my reality where it's just what I think and what I want. I live in reality.
Are words objective or subjective?
They are subjective.
Okay, so then how would they exist within reality if they're subjective? It will be based upon the mind.
Because we all have a common understanding of what words mean. Wait, do you think the dictionaries are prescriptive or descriptive?
Oh, the dictionary is descriptive. However, some of them do include a prescriptive as well as a descriptive definition within it. For example, the definition of a chair would be a man-made stool typically with 4 legs, which is used to be sat on. There's a prescriptive and descriptive definition within it.
Right, but I mean, like that. Well, yeah. So I mean, like, but like that could. So that description could fit like a chair as you have in your mind now, but I mean, it could also fit a sofa, right?
Yeah, a sofa would have a different definition though compared to a chair.
Not necessarily. 4 legs, which is something that is made to be sat on, that fits sofa fairly fucking well.
But not necessarily. I specifically defined it as a man-made stool. A sofa isn't a stool necessarily, is it?
Well, I mean, it depends on what your definition of a stool is.
Well, then there you go. Like I said, all words are subjective. It will be based upon as to how what we're using. But like I said, but you actually said something very interesting. You said words are descriptive. You'd agree to that, right?
Yes.
So then, if self-ID is, if your understanding of a woman is someone who just basically identifies as one, would that be prescriptive or descriptive?
Say that again. Sorry, no. Just say that again.
So then, if you're recognizing the word woman to be someone, if the requirement to be a woman is someone to say that they just identify as one, therefore that would be near enough your definition. Would that be descriptive or prescriptive? That's the only necessary requirement for someone to be recognized.
That would be descriptive.
How would it be descriptive if you're giving us a prescriptive usage of the word?
Because you're describing how you self-identify.
No, one second. Woman is the identity. You can say that someone's describing their identity, but as to how the word would be using within the definition would be prescriptive.
Okay, I don't understand what point you're trying to make.
My point that I'm making is that the definition as to which you're using, or okay, let's say the true definition as to what you're saying, as to your understanding of the word woman, it will just be purely based on a prescriptive definition. There'll be no prescriptive based on that.
There's no such thing as a true definition of a word.
No. I'm saying the true definition as to which you've provided. For example, we've gone on and on within this conversation, and slowly over time, you've changed the requirement as to what a woman is. Now, realistically, your only requirement for someone to be a woman is for someone to identify as one. Therefore, your definition would have to change in order to fit that. For example, if you're saying a woman is someone who fits under the social characteristics, roles, and behaviors, even though they don't have to in order to be a woman, then your only requirement will be self-ID. Therefore, it would be prescriptive.
Right, but no, I haven't changed anything about what I said at the start of it. You have asked more questions and you fished for more information. So my only requirement for how or why somebody would describe themselves as a woman is based purely on self-ID. You haven't been wrong about that, but what you also haven't been wrong about, but are also somehow kind of conflating the two, is what my definition of a woman is. So you can say that you can self-ID as a woman, but then if you ask me to define what that, like what is a woman, like what does it mean to be a woman, that's an entirely different answer. So I haven't actually conceded on anything, or I haven't backtracked on anything.
I'm not saying you have conceded. I'm just trying to understand as to what the requirement to be a woman is. So let's go back a step then, right? So if you're defining a woman as someone with the gender characteristics, roles, and behaviors as someone as to which is associated with females, right? Let's say hypothetically we had an individual, right, who didn't fit under any of the characteristics, roles, stereotypes, anything of that sort which are associated with females. However, they identified as a woman. How would they be a woman? Under what basis? Even though they don't fit under any gender characteristics, roles, or behaviors which is associated with that. Do you understand my point?
I understand your point. It's a really weird hypothetical. I don't think it's ever going to actually happen. So, I mean, like, it's not something that I've ever thought about. So I don't really know how you want me to answer that question.
Okay, so then let me put it this way, because I would argue it exists within, quote unquote, cis women. Let's look at tomboys, for example, right? You know what a tomboy is? I'm just guessing. Okay, why are tomboys women if they don't, associate with any of the stereotypes which are associated with females?
If they call themselves a woman, then they're a woman.
Yeah, but I'm saying, are they a man or a woman based upon the fact that they don't fit under any gender characteristics, roles, or behaviors which are associated with females?
Well, I mean, oh my God, how many types of women do you think there are? Do you think there's like one of like 10 possibilities, and if you don't fit them, then you're not a woman? There are all different types of women. There is not one way to act or to dress or to conduct yourself as a woman.
No, that doesn't happen. Not disagreeing. But the only thing is, which all women have under my purview, would that they would all be female. That would be the only thing which all women would have within commonality. For example, black women are women, white women are women, disabled women are women. Yeah. I'm not denying that, right? Tomboys are women, feminine women are women. However, the commonality between all of them would that they would all be adult human females.
Well,
your definition. No,
the commonality between literally every single type of woman is the fact that they self-ID as a woman.
Okay, so then let's say, for example, we had someone who didn't have the cognitive ability to understand gender. Would they still have one?
So let's say the cognitive ability to understand gender.
Yeah, so say, for example, someone was, let's say, severely autistic, right? And they weren't able to understand gender, or they were severely, brain disabled, right? They had severe brain damage, but they still have a gender, even though they don't understand the concept of gender or gender identity.
I don't know.
Okay, so then your word would be, so then your definition would be excluding individuals. My word would be including individuals. It's about inclusivity, right?
No, it's not that it's necessarily excluding people, but I mean, if they don't have the cognitive ability to be able to answer the question, or to be even able to understand the question, then they literally can't answer it.
Okay, so if they're not able to understand the question, are you saying that grown individuals don't have gender?
Yes, grown individuals have gender. Yes.
Okay, so then
every individual has gender. It doesn't have to be grown.
Wait, how can every individual have a gender if they don't have the understanding to understand what the gender is? That'd be genderless under your purview. I'll tell you what. I do actually
Okay,
have to.
are you still asking me in the kind of parameters of exactly what we are talking about, or are you asking
Yeah,
me kind of like by and large, like on like a like assuming no kind of biases or assuming no kind of externalities that like all people have a gender, or are you shoehorning in the people who don't understand what?
No, I'm saying
gender
every
is?
person has a gender because I believe gender to be dependent on SMEX, and without SMEX you cannot have gender. Gender cannot exist without SMEX under my understanding. But to be honest, I do actually have to go because I actually have to go look after my niece now. But I do just want to say it was a very respectful conversation.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
appreciate
You
it,
too, man. You too. You too. Talk to you later, man. Have a good one. Ooh, that was interesting to say the least. Ben Shapiro 2.0 there.
That was very embarrassing for you. Very embarrassing. God damn.
Okay.
He made you look right mug.
Okay. What's your name, age, and pronouns?
My name is Sarah. My age is 22, and my pronouns are she, her.
Okay. What do you disagree with?
The third one.
Third one. Wonderful. Why so?
So a woman is an adult human female. That's as the previous guy said, black women, white women, Asian women, tall women, short women, they're all women because they all fit under the fact that they're adult human female. That's the shared thing. So the fact that the definition of a woman is an adult human female, for you to say an adult human male is a woman is just wrong.
Right. Why is it wrong?
Just grammatically, just definitively alone is wrong.
Well, no, grammatically it's perfectly sound. But definitionally, what definition are you operating under? Like that you think it conflicts with?
Yeah, so the fact that the definition of woman is an adult human female.
On where are you getting that definition from? Like, where does that definition? Well, I suppose it doesn't really matter because I mean,
Oxford Dictionary. Oxford Dictionary.
Okay.
You also said something
so can you look up the definition of gender in the Oxford Dictionary for me?
I don't have the dictionary on me right now. I mean, you can if you want.
Okay.
I don't have the dictionary. One other thing that you said, one other really interesting thing you said something about well, a woman is just someone that says that they're a woman, and that if they say that they're a woman, then you can't really call that out, right? You can't deny that. That's what you said.
I said which? Sorry, what?
Yeah. So you had said to the previous guest that a woman is just simply someone who identifies as a woman, and that if someone said that they're a woman, then they're a woman, and there's no arguing about that, right?
Yeah, because it's a self-identification.
100%. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to ask you a question. I'm going to put my camera on real quickly, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I went into the women's changing room at my gym, or if I went into the women's toilet, and someone called me out and said, "Oh, you shouldn't be in here," would you defend me and say that person's transphobic and that they have no right in telling me that I shouldn't be in a women's space? Just out of interest.
I have absolutely zero control over what other people find uncomfortable. If you genuinely and sincerely identified as a
which I do,
woman, then yeah, sure.
Okay, so what would you say about the women who would feel uncomfortable, or who would even go as far as to say I don't belong in those spaces? Would you say that they're transphobic?
That's
what?
Their prerogative. That's nothing to do with me.
Okay, would you agree with the prerogative, or would you disagree with the prerogative? Is what I'm trying to say.
That they are transphobic?
Yeah. Could there be exclude, because their basis of saying that I wouldn't belong in those spaces would be based on the fact that they wouldn't see me as a woman, despite the fact I identify as a woman and I say I'm a woman. To you, that means that I'm a woman, right? So for them to say I'm not, that would make them transphobic, would it not?
It would fall into that category, sure.
Okay, cool. So you see, this is what I'm saying. So again, let me just put the camera back on real quick. So again, you said that if I go into a women's space and someone said that I do not belong in that space, that but I identify as a woman, I'm right now saying I identify as a woman, but someone said, no, you don't belong in here, you're clearly a man, I can see you're a man, that would be transphobic, according to you, yeah?
Sure.
Lovely. Okay. Cool. So, all right. So now I'm starting to think that you're trolling or something because there's no way that you're actually being serious.
The unbelievable and almost unimaginable irony of you calling me a troll is, I mean, just. I am literally at a loss for words. The idea that you are calling me a troll.
Oh no! I hope you're lost for words because you know that the stuff you're saying is a load of nonsense. Your ideology is ridiculous.
Dude, the idea that you actually think that I don't know what game you're playing, like I have not been taking this conversation nearly as seriously as any other guest.
I'm not playing a game.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I mean, you literally absolutely are.
How am I playing a game? I just told you I identify as a woman. What are you trying to say that I'm not a woman?
Yeah, because you
What?
came up after the last guest, and I've been clearly trying to prove some form of a point that would not actually happen IRL.
It does happen though.
So the idea that I should take you seriously for even a moment longer is I mean,
It does
it's just
happen, though.
insane.
Yeah, but it does happen though. There are many people who look like me who identify as women who go into female spaces.
I'm sure that they do.
But wait, but you just said that it doesn't happen. That it would be a ridiculous idea though. You just said that.
Remember 30 seconds ago when I said that I wasn't taking this conversation seriously?
Why? What? Because you realize how silly your ideology is. Now you're kind of trying to back
No,
it.
I realized from literally second one how silly your game that you're playing is.
I'm not playing a game. Wait,
Yeah,
I've just
you
told
are.
you that I identify as a woman, and now you're not acknowledging me as a woman, which
you
goes
are.
against your thing. You said that. Wait, but you just said that someone who says that they're a woman. If you
Sorry.
Please.
Have I just kind of backshot? Have I once said that you're not?
You literally said that.
I've said that you're playing. I've said that you're playing a game.
Yeah.
I haven't said that you're not a woman.
Okay, but you're saying I wasn't being serious when I was saying it. That's what you said.
Yeah, because I know
That's
that
what
you're
you said.
playing a game. I know that you're here to troll.
Wait,
I know that you are, dude.
Wait, so you're saying that you didn't say I'm not a woman, but then you're acknowledging that you said that you're not taking it serious, me saying I'm a woman. So which one is it? This is a bit
I
embarrassing
know
for you,
you're
mate.
here to
This-
troll, dude. It's not embarrassing
trolling.
for me. It's not embarrassing
Oh,
for me. It's embarrassing for you because everybody knows that you're here to fucking troll. That's all it
Why?
is.
Yo, chill out.
That's all it
Calm
is,
down.
my dude. That's all it is. You're just here to troll.
How much? Wait, why are you calling me a dude if I'm a woman?
Dude is not a pronoun.
You not-
Dude is a term of endearment. It's not a pronoun. So get
Yeah,
over yourself.
Mainly that mainly pertains to men.
Mainly, but not exclusively.
Okay, I mean, I think you know what you're doing though. That's that.
Yeah,
I'm going to take that.
I think you know what you're doing as well.
No, what? By me trying to be who I am as a beautiful white woman. Let me just turn my camera on again. Me trying to be who I am as a beautiful white woman.
No. We're not doing this. We're not doing this. We're not doing fucking transracialism fucking bullshit. Game was absolutely not cooking. The dude was, I have just no idea what that even was. I have literally no idea. That was... Everybody knows he was trolling. Dude, I swear to Christ, if you don't understand that he was trolling, I mean, it's just unfucking believable. Absolutely unfucking believable. The idea, like, if you legitimately think that that person was not fucking trolling, I mean, literally, I have a bridge to sell you. We got literally one more person, and then we're gonna be gone then after that.
Oh goodness.
How you doing? What's your name, age, and pronouns?
My name is Casey. I'm 19 and she, her.
Okay, what do you disagree with?
The third and fourth on the backdrop.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so what, so, I mean, like, what exactly do you disagree with?
Okay, firstly, gender itself is not a social construct. There is a social construct associated with gender. There are roles associated with certain genders, but it is not exclusively a social construct. Gender would be the abbreviation of the age, sex, and species of a being.
Okay, so but I mean, like, okay, um, what parts of gender do you think are socially constructed?
Right. So there are social constructs associated with, say, women, right? So women socially would be associated with, homekeeping, being the wife, staying at home, taking care of yourself more than you would a man per se, right? Or taking care of the children, right? Those would be associated with women, but it is not exclusive to women, which is why we don't use that to define women because not every single woman associates with these roles that are associated with females. So it wouldn't be logical to use that definition to define all women.
Yeah, but I mean, like, there are like women who are perfectly able to be kind of caregivers or to kind of fit into that role, and there are women who are not.
Of course, and that's why we don't use the sociological definition of the social construct associated with women to define women, because people fit into it and some people don't. But they are not women. They're not women because they don't fit into. They're not women because they don't fit into that category. So that's why we don't use that definition to define women.
Right,
Because
but if they're not,
it would
if they're
include men that
not
don't
women
identify.
simply because they don't fit into a certain category, then why are you excluding trans women from the category of women?
Because trans women are not women by all logical definition of what a woman is. Because if we don't use the sociological definition to define women, that includes men, even men that don't identify as women, it would include them as well. So it wouldn't be a logical definition to use.
But what would be the sociological definition of what a woman is if it naturally includes men?
The sociological definition of a woman, it would include someone who aligns with or associates with the roles associated with females, which again would be taking care of the children, staying at home, wearing makeup, wearing dresses, wearing girly clothes, yada, 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 feminine, right? The social construct is really more associated with being feminine than being a woman, right? So the sociological definition associates with feminine roles and masculine roles, not men and women. Men and women are associated with feminine and masculine roles, but it's not exclusive to men and women because women can be masculine and men can be feminine. So those definitions cannot logically be applied to men and women.
Right, but there are a bunch of trans women who would fall into the categories of kind of feminine, wearing girly clothes, even caregivers.
Well, sure, but that would not make them women.
Right, but I'm just not understanding then why you're not including them in the space of women or in the category of women. If you've just acknowledged that they can be feminine and wear feminine clothing and even be
Sure.
caregivers, I mean, like, that was just like those were the three kind of main characteristics of what a woman is that you described. So if a trans
No,
woman
not
fits those
not what a woman is. Not what a woman is. What a
Well,
woman
okay,
can do.
yeah.
It's associated with women.
Right, but I mean, like, what, like, so okay, so I mean, like, what is a woman then?
An
In
adult
your
human
opinion?
female. An adult human female.
An
That is the
adult
only
human
thing that all women have in
female.
common. Yep, that is the only thing that all women have in common is being adult human females without
Okay,
using
well,
some type of
I
sexist
just
definition to
think
define
that we're
it.
just
That's
going to
what a
be
woman
talking
is.
past each other then because we disagree on the definition of woman.
Well, what do you think a woman is?
I think that a woman is a adult human being who fits into a certain set of social parameters.
What would those social parameters be?
Social parameters would be certain things such as kind of role that they play in society, expectations upon them, dress
Which
sense,
society?
all of these sorts of things. Well, I mean, like it just. The definition would just be society, of course. I mean, like, as with all societies, it would kind of then like change. So I mean, like the social expectations of a woman, say like here in Ireland, is going to be a little bit different than it would be in like the Sudan, right? So I mean, like, there are like different social expectations placed on both men and women, based like depending on the society that you're looking at or that you're talking about. So it
Okay,
wouldn't.
so
Yeah,
So
sorry.
the reason that we don't use like different social definitions to define certain things is because, like you said, it would differ depending on what country or what society we're talking about, right? So the only definition of woman that we can expand and use in all cultures and all societies across the world is adult human females. That's the only one that can logically be applied to all women without including some type of sexist definition based on the society. Because we
Not
can agree that
necessarily, no,
some
because
societies don't view women as human.
that is absolutely correct. But the definition would still fit like whatever society you're talking about.
Not necessarily, because if you say that
Absolutely,
someone
yes,
no,
necessarily.
if
Because
you
if
say
I was
that
to go over to any of the
okay.
countries that don't think that like seriously undervalue women, the definition would still fit.
Not necessarily, because there are some societies that hold women in a higher regard, that they're seen as more
And
masculine.
it
If
would
you
fit
look at
in
other
those
no,
countries
but
too.
you're saying that in your definition of woman, it would be someone who is more soft, is a caretaker, takes care of the children, yada yada yada. But in some societies, if you look at some societies, past societies, there were women that didn't stay home and take care of the kids. There were women that were warriors, right? Those women were still women because they
Hmm.
were female, and that's the only definition we can apply to women logically. That's the
Yeah,
only thing.
I
That's the
mean,
only thing about me that makes me a woman, is that I'm female, because I don't fit into every single societal role associated with being female. I'm just a woman because I'm female, and that's just how that works. Now, trans women are trans women. That's perfectly fine. We can say they're trans women. They have a right to dress how they want to dress, take their hormones, yada yada yada. That's perfectly fine. But they're not women by
right,
all logic, and they don't have right to female
I mean,
spaces.
yeah, but yeah, I just don't think that we're gonna get like move past talking past each other.
It's you're not like willing to accept the real definition. I'm not understanding why you're not willing to accept the definition that's applied on all aspects.
Well, because I mean, there is no real definition. Definitions
There,
are
what,
descriptive; they are not prescriptive.
No, okay, so definitions are definite, right?
No,
If
they are
words
absolutely not.
have no definition, if words have no real meaning, if they can always change, what's the point in opening our mouths and
Yeah, of
speaking if
course they
words have
can.
no definition, right? So I can define to you what a book is, I can define to you what a chapter is, I can define to you what a sofa is, what a ceiling is, what a ceiling fan is, because they would all have something in common, right? It goes the same for animals, it goes the same for humans. There are definitions for these things that are definite. And if we don't have definite definitions for words in 2025, what are we doing?
Words have meaning based on a common on understanding of the words that you are using. It doesn't necessarily
Awesome.
mean that
And the
the
common definition of woman that makes
okay, just
sense
no, just
logically to
no, your turn.
biologists, yeah, the common definition that makes sense to biologists and every other human being that doesn't even study biology is that women
Biologists
are
don't study society, so appealing to them is an appeal to
even
authority
even
that is
people that
not
study
an authority.
sociology. Even people that study
You
sociology,
would agree
they
with me on my
understand.
definition.
No, they would not agree with you on your
Yes, they
definition
would.
because,
I
like I
have a
said,
degree in
no, they wouldn't.
sociology. Yes, they would.
Okay, but sociology focuses on feminine and masculine roles, not men and women itself.
Roles within
It's
society.
associated.
Yes.
It's associated with the women in those societies. It would not apply to every single woman, which is why we don't use
Well, no,
sociological
it would apply to
definitions
the
to
society
define
that they're
what.
studying.
Okay, you're talking about
That's
who
why you
something.
have to. That's why you have
You're
to use
talking
a
about
broad
who someone
definition.
is. Sociology talks about who someone is and not what someone is, which is why we use the biological definition to define what someone is. Just because you associate yourself with something that's
No, you would
associated
use
with
the
females
biological
doesn't make you
definition
a
to
woman.
define what female is. You would use the sociological definition to define what a woman is, because
Incorrect.
I mean, sociology is literally the study of society. It is the study of people within a large group. If you're not going to use the sociological to study, or if you're not going to use the sociological definition to describe women within society, I don't know what fucking definition you are going to use.
Well,
Again, I
before there
don't
was
think that we're
society.
getting past each other. I have talked about sex and gender way too fucking much on this stream.
Well,
I am
awesome. But if you think about it, right? Like before there was society, people knew what a man and a woman was. That's just how that went. Like there's always been the separation. So before there was society, before there were societal definitions of what something was, we knew what it was. Now we just have a name for it and a better definition for it. We always knew what it was. Each society had its own definition of it until they came to a common definition that made the most sense. And you're trying to not acknowledge it for reasons to placate to men, to say that men can be women, which doesn't logically make sense.
Listen, I don't know. I don't know how.
You don't, clearly.
Listen, no, because I mean, I can explain it for you. I can't understand it for you. If you're not gonna,
No,
if you're not gonna
I
recognize,
understand what you're saying. I've had this
if you-
conversation a million
yeah,
times.
no, but if you're no, you clearly don't understand what I'm saying, because if you did, you wouldn't be arguing with me. If you're not going
No,
to
I understand.
accept the
If you understood what I was
sociological,
saying, you wouldn't be
oh
arguing
my
with me.
God, shut up. If you're not
Ooh,
going to
tasty.
understand that you need to use a sociological definition of what a woman is when you are assessing a society, and use a biological definition instead, then we are completely and utterly talking past each other, and you don't understand what I am saying.
What if people don't live in a society? What if that were the case? What about people that live outside of society? What about them? What makes them men and women if they don't live in society?
Based on their own self-identification.
Yeah, that makes no sense. So again, the reason that we don't use these sociological definitions to define each
Oh
and
my
every
God,
woman,
I swear to Christ, if you say that again.
you're not listening. You're not listening, right?
No,
Because-
you're not fucking listening.
No,
because
you're
you
not
keep
listening.
saying
You're
that
trying
you don't
to- you're
use the
trying to-
sociological definition. You're talking about fucking society.
We don't.
It's just ridiculous.
Because you're talking about a definition that would include men. Their definitions, if you're defining one
God.
thing that is the opposite of the other, you can't logically use a definition that would include both. That makes no sense. 0 sense to use a definition that would include both men and women. You acknowledge
Your
that.
gender
that men
identity
can-
is a self-appointed identity.
and that's fine. Gender identity would not include being
So
a man
then
or a
you would
woman, or just because you
include.
say
So
that
then
you
you
are.
would include trans women in the category
Self-ide-
of women.
No,
If it's
they're men.
self-identify-
By all
it-
logical definition,
oh my
trans women
God,
are men.
above. You just said you. Oh, okay.
Trans women are men by all definitions. They are men transitioning to appear like
please,
women.
Please stop talking. Please stop talking.
Why are you so upset? This is a very simple concept, and I'm very calm. I've been very calm
Please
this
stop
entire time.
talking.
and you're being
Please
upset.
stop talk. Please stop
he's
talking.
crashing.
Please
Okay.
stop talking. If
Okay.
you just said that, if you just said that women is a self-identifying marker.
That's not what it is. Woman is something that you grow into by being female. That's what a woman is. Now, gender identity, right? Being a trans woman and appearing more
I
feminine.
don't even know. I
that,
don't even know.
That could be your gender
I
identity.
don't even know what to
sure.
do. I don't even know what to do here.
You
I
don't even know
what
how
to
to
do here.
combat my argument. My argument is solid, and you've
40
got to poke a hole
fucking
in it.
seconds ago, you said that women was that you agreed with me that it was
I
a
did not.
self-identify.
I did not.
Bye. I'm done. I'm fucking done. I am fucking done. I swear to God. You agreed with me. That women was a self-identifier. That you identify as a woman. So if gender is oh my God, I swear to Christ. If gender is a self-ID, then trans women are also women. I'm done. I am absolutely and completely and utterly done. As I said, I can explain it to you. I can't understand it for you. And I fucking am about to rage quit. I swear to fucking Christ. No, I will not bring it back up. Oh. I've been streaming for 3 fucking hours. I've been talking about gender for 3 fucking hours. People are just not fucking understanding this. Again, I can explain it to you. I can't fucking understand it for you. Until the next time, guys. Bye. Not doing this shit no more. Fucking hell. Oh my God. I need to start fucking banning. Like, I genuinely think I like. I'm fucking mad right now, man. I genuinely am actually fucking mad right now because I think that an awful lot of people, I think I lost some of those. And it's not only that I lost some of them because their arguments were better than mine, it's because I genuinely think the fucking downfall of it was that one clearly guy who came on and said that they had a fucking female name, I think it was Sarah, and was using she her. I mean, like it was unbelievably and clearly a fucking troll, right? That, I mean, like that's just ubiquitous. It was clearly a fucking troll. The idea that yeah, and I just think that, like, I didn't cut that off when I needed to, and I didn't cut that off at a point where I mean, like as I said, I literally said in the fucking thing, I mean, it was clear to me from second one that they were a troll, so I needed to get rid of that, because that's just where my fucking yeah, I don't know, fucking I don't know what to fucking say, man. That was just like, it wasn't necessarily a bad stream. Genuinely, it wasn't necessarily a bad stream, but that, like, too many people fucking pissed me off right in a fucking row. Because you're just not fucking arguing honestly. Do you know what I mean? Jesus Christ, like, if you're not gonna have fucking decent conversation, just don't fucking come up. Like, it's as simple as that. Oh my god. Fuck. Right. Until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all of that YouTuber bollocks, and I shall talk to you in the next one. Thank you very much.